Welcome, welcome back, everybody, to Soul Sisters. Pew, 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 pew. We are joined with our final group, and I'm so excited because what a group we have here. And I'm going to actually let them introduce themselves to you. You can check out their Twitch handles on the chat. Command guest, thank you so much, Joker King. And if you want to kick us off, Umbrielity, you please tell us who you are, what you do, and where we can find you.
More because the games are so hard, it takes a while to finish them, and I feel like I want to do more.
Oh my gosh, please repeat that first part and who you are and where you're from, because we had a little snafu. That was my Hey, okay, first of all, I would like to say that I've had two problems this entire time. Okay, for the past 6.5 hours, only two problems, and they've both been audio related. So I'm just saying that's not too bad. He's not too bad. He's alright. Okay, and plus that means we get to hear you speak some more. Please tell us. Great one.
You can hear me now?
Yes.
I'm okay. Okay. I'm Umbrielity, humanoid creature from space, and I am a streamer of all kinds of games, but with a love for Souls games above all else. Really, other games interest me so little now that I could probably just be considered a Soul streamer, but occasionally I'll play others. I haven't done any challenge runs yet. I feel like I would really like to, but with a limited streaming schedule, it's hard to find the time. I'm working on Lies of P right now, though, and I really, really like it. Amazing game. But yeah, I'll leave the floor to the other amazing women.
Shy, would you like to tell us who you are, where you stream, and where we can find you?
Sure. My name is Shy. I also go by Mela. I am a challenge runner, speedrunner, and a mental health advocate. I try to focus on uplifting the community, and I usually stream a lot of survival horror games, but a lot of my roots are in Souls games. So yeah, that's kind of where I am, and that's my background.
And also an amazing cosplayer. Holy cow, like so many crazy cool like looks and makeup skills, and it's just so many amazing challenge runs, speed runs. I can't even begin to list all the accomplishments. You're too humble to do it, so I'm like, yeah, you're really great. And what about you, Gloomshadows? Where can we find you, when, and who are you, what you do, all that jazz?
Yeah, my name's Ren, and I also go by Gloomshadows. I only stream on Twitch, and I primarily just do Soulsborne challenge runs. I really love alternative controllers, so I do anything from like Guitar Hero, One Hand, Dance Pad, and we stream 4 times a week. And I just want to thank you so much for having me on, and just really looking forward to this. So thank you.
I'm so thankful that you said yes, and that you're here. It's so cool to see all of your stuff, and I was like, yay! I'm so happy that you're a part of this, really. And we have RareGangster. Can you introduce yourself to the chat?
Howdy. I'm Rare, an 18+ variety streamer. Equal parts corny, horny, 100 parts fun. I do mainly variety, but I really started to zero in on Souls games, early on, and then I started doing challenge runs. I recently finished my first Elden Ring rune level 1 run with no summons, ashes, consumables, bleed, parry, none of the fixins. Just, raw dogging all the bosses. And that was really fun. I love it. And now I'm doing Deathless practice, which is different. It's interesting, but I'm still enjoying it and mapping it out and like learning how to do those runs at all on my own, because I'm so new to challenge runs and stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much what I do and what I'm about.
I love it. I love that you said none of the fixins. That makes me so happy. It's just the meat and potatoes. It's just the meat and taters, you know, just going in for it. I absolutely I love that. I love that explanation so much. And we have Quantumbat.
Hello, yes, I am Quantumbat. My friends call me Bats. I am a full-time creator and streamer, and I'm live on Twitch every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday at 6 p.m. Central Time. So if you need something to do after work, feel free to come and relax. While I play Soulsborne, I've been told that I have a very relaxing demeanor. I'm still kind of new to the challenge run world. I have done 99.9% of an RO1 All Remembrances run. The last one I have to take out is Radabeast. So someday, right now I'm working on my first playthrough of Sekiro, so that's really all I can think about.
That's amazing. And you just got Genichiro!
I just got Genichiro!
GG!
I love that.
Yeah, totally didn't think I was done before phase 3 at all. Didn't celebrate, didn't shout, didn't jump.
No,
Yeah.
I never celebrate anymore. I'm like, anytime, even if it's been like 2 or 3 phases, I'm like, what's next? Give it.
Right.
It's the trust problems that come from FromSoft games. You know, you experience enough, and then you just have it like just trust issues from that point forward.
Yeah.
You know. Well, I'm Sav. I'm the Wholesome singing Soulsborne streamer. I started streaming and playing these games a couple years ago, 2.5 years actually. I started with Bloodborne and my PS4, streaming straight from my PS4 camera and with the mic. And I would go to the dollar store every Friday and get party hats and blowers for whenever people like subbed and did like hype stuff, because I didn't have any overlays or anything like that. It was just straight up, you know, from the PS4. And I never dreamed I would be in a position where I would know such amazing creators who are such wonderful role models for people who are passionate about these games and about being authentically yourself. And I love being able to use this platform to uplift and amplify marginalized voices and those of people who don't get the same type of spotlight as their male counterparts. So I am very excited to bring so many absolutely wonderful streamers together at the same place. It's never been done before, so we're the first ones. So thank you, chat, and thank you so much, Soul Sisters, for being a part of this. I couldn't be happier. It's just, it really, as cheesy as it sounds, it's a dream come true to be able to collaborate with you all, especially for something so cool like that, raising money for 1DF, which is 1,000 Dreams Fund, and the fact that y'all have in chat have just smashed, obliterated the goal to pieces. Like, we had $1,000 goal and we've raised over $2,000 for 1,000 Dreams. Let's go. I'm so, I don't know how else to express my gratitude without sounding like a broken record. But you truly all are people I greatly admire. I brought you all together because every single one of you, to me, represents what being a soul streamer looks like, you know? And we might all have different levels of experience or different levels of what we like to do with the games. Some people are more focused on, you know, on lore or on like taking their time doing slow first playthroughs, whatever. Everybody has different builds. Some people do challenge runs. Whatever way you play, the fact that you're playing is what's important. And I wanted to get us all together so that people can see the example of you're repping, you know, absolutely just such like strong individuals. And it's so cool to be able to get together with all of you at the same time. It's kind of like, I get kind of like awestruck, you know. It's really, really cool to see everybody, because I didn't get this, you know, growing up and even starting out in the streaming space. If I hadn't found you know, y'all's streams, and Rare backstage was talking about actually knowing Umbrielity like, or seeing your streams and like rating in early, like years ago and stuff. And I think that actually, Umbria, I think you were one of the first creators I discovered, and along with Shy and with Bats, you know. And I was like, wow, there are like, yeah, let's go, women. Like, yeah, you know, play these games, like play this awesome stuff. And it made me feel so empowered to see people do these things. And I'm just so happy that we get to be in one place so that it's easier for others to see how present we are in these games, even though you don't see it all the time, you know. So thank you so much for helping me to show that, and to all being here at the same time. It's just really cool. It's groundbreaking stuff, y'all, and I couldn't thank you enough. So enough of me gushing, because I literally could just sit here and brag and just gush on y'all all day. Oh, okay. But the icebreaker question that we are going to move on to is, if there is a moment streaming Souls that always brings a smile to your face. So do you, and it could be any FromSoft game, but like try to think about a moment when you were streaming that like always makes you happy. And I thought that maybe we could start with you, Bats.
Yeah, cool. I'm glad, because I didn't want anyone to take my answer. Because I already thought about it. Personally, for me, maybe it's a little like unusual of an answer, but I get an immense amount of joy when someone tells me either that they are inspired to return to the game because of my playthrough, or to start the game for the first time. It's just like, that's my whole goal. Is I never thought I'd be able to play these games. I really didn't start gaming at all until I started streaming in 2020. And now it's like my purpose is to make other people feel like they can play the game, especially women and non-binary folks, that, you know, I want them to know that just because it looks hard, and it is hard to be honest, but just because it seems hard doesn't mean it's impossible. And that's what's so great about these games, is there's so many different approaches you can take to get to the end. So personally love it when I see that chat message.
That is so inspiring, you know, because it's true. Whenever you don't really know how many people you impact that come through chat, right? Unless they say something. And when somebody says something like, hey, you've made a difference, and that's like you know, that's such a powerful thing, right? Do you have anything that comes to mind for you, Rare? Any like your Souls moment that always like puts a smile on your face, if you have a memory, or like any FromSoft gaming moment?
Yeah. I love the spiting the trolls. That's really good stuff for me. That gets me up in the morning. The sense of superiority. I'm better than that. No, but for real. I love my own personal improvement. When I first started playing Souls games, I never played them in my life. It was not a game I grew up with, any of them, and so I did every cheese hack, everything in the book, my first go around of all of them, you know, which, no shame, play it how you want to play it. And I remember like struggling to beat these games with like, you know, like struggling to beat Elden Ring with like Bloodhound Step and Rivers of Blood pre-nerf and like all these things. I was like, I beat the game. And seeing that my first time playing versus now, and my own personal improvement, it gives me warm and fuzzies. I feel so good about myself. I'm very proud of myself, you know, my own personal improvement.
I love that. You know, it's like the growth, like it makes it really quantifiable, right? Because you're like, oh, you can see there aren't a lot of things in life where we can be like, I started here and now I can see my progress and now I'm here. And I love that about gaming. You know, I don't know if it's the neurodivergent spicy brain part that's just like, give me something to measure by, you know. I love like looking at seeing how different things are from the first day that, you know, you pick up the game, or the first day that you try Souls at all. And then you're like, oh yeah, let me RO1. Yeah. Oh, let me like hit Lizard, like, or even before the challenge runs, even getting to the end of the game and realizing how much better you are than from like the first time that you fought the Soldier of God in the tutorial, you know, in Elden Ring. You're like, oh god, why is he taking so long to attack? What is happening? You know, and then you're just like, you're becoming Elden Lord next thing you know. And I love that. That's a really good one, Rare. What about you, Glue?
Ooh, I think for me, it's probably the collaboration that comes along with doing challenge runs. So even though I might be the person on the dance pad or holding the guitar, I love the moment where I might be stumped on something and I say, okay, chat, what do you got? What do you got for me? Like, how are we going to do this? And I love like working with other individuals in the community to strategize and come up with ways to figure out these challenge runs because I can't do it alone. And so I think for me, it's just that like collaborative spirit, and I love like how willing so many people are to like take time out of their day to like help come up with ideas and to like brainstorm together, and I just think that's really cool and inspiring.
That's amazing. Would you tell? I have a timer for your accomplishments in here. But would you, for those chat that's not familiar with your creative controllers, will you give us a little background on some of your Souls accomplishments?
Oh, sure. So I have recently, like within the past year, so March of last year is when I decided to start challenge running, and I started with Bloodborne Deathless. And when I got into the challenge run community, I started meeting more and more people, and a lot of them were doing alternative controllers, so like using dance pads, using Guitar Hero controllers, and I was like, that looks sick. Like, I want to do that too. So I started and I'm just falling in love with it. So we've done Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 3, and Bloodborne all bosses. I'm now working through Dark Souls 3 Soul Level 1. So I'm not leveling my character and I'm doing it on a dance pad. And we just have DLCs left, which is really exciting. And I've just completely fallen in love with it. It's very rare for me to use a regular controller now just because I have so much fun with the dance pad stuff.
Crazy. I just like, I can't tell y'all, just looking at this, I was like, wait a minute, wait, you're doing the challenge run on the dance pad? I thought I had it wrong. I thought I had to, like, something mixed up and I had to go back and like, I was like, you're not doing you did challenge runs on a dance pad. Like, it's not just like, hey, let me beat the game with the you did the challenge run with the dance. That's so crazy. It's so, it's so creative, so creative. And I love seeing that. What if you have do you have a moment that always, like, that whenever you think about streaming and Souls and FromSoft, that brings a smile to your face, Shy?
Oh, well, the biggest thing for me was probably, well, I know this is maybe gonna sound cheesy, but from the bottom of my heart, I started streaming to build community because so meeting Sav and everybody through you really impacted my life and changed my life. So I started streaming for like building community and mental health kind of advocacy. And before that, there were a lot of friends that I fell out with because they didn't really understand streaming. They were like, why are you doing this? And so there was not a lot of support in my life, like in real life, if that makes sense. And so I was like, well, I'll build my own. I'm going to do that. I'll find people that are my own family. And I wanted to stream for so long. I looked at so many other women who I looked up to and inspired me, who did challenge runs and stuff like that. And so I remember being on BL4 Maria, and Sav rated me. And it was a complete life changer. So I met a lot of my best friends through Sav, and Sav is one of my best friends. So
Oh
yeah.
my gosh, you're gonna make me cry. I'm too emotional for this. That's so, it's so insane, you know, because I have seen your growth, Shy, and and Shy is one of the most, like, selfless people you'll ever meet, you know, even in the creator space or in general, you know, is always uplifting and you know, supporting those around her. And I don't think that she gives herself enough credit, you know, but it's truly, like, really cool to see, like, maybe, you know, it's a small space for streamers, right? And sure, maybe we've made these connections because, like, hey, I love rating, you know, it's like, hey, you know, you rated in or whatnot. But really the responsibility of and the outcome that comes with how you have nurtured and fostered those relationships and those connections comes straight from you. You know, that's not on me. That's like it's like somebody, you know, handing you a slab of marble, but you're the one who carves it into art, you know? So I might have like been a connector there, but you 100% built your community the way it is, and that's 100% on you. So like, thank you for saying that though. Like literally, like I get choked up. I was like, it's so cool, you know, to meet everybody, and that's why we wanted to, you know, get together and talk about these games and talk about being a woman in gaming, and like, and on Twitch, and about this genre and why we love the games and what we do, and it's long overdue. So thanks for believing in me enough for this, and thanks for being here. Thanks for being my friend. And we have a last, but certainly not least, I would love to hear your memory, Glorious. Umbrielity.
Wow, thank you. Please always address me this way.
Yes.
One of my favorite things, and sadly it's not a specific memory, but trust me, this happens all the time. Trust me, I'm not lying. When people say in chat, how are you not freaking out and losing your mind? How have you not broken the controller, the PS5, everything you own? I'll be like when I was playing Bloodborne, it took me 4 days to beat Lawrence.
Lawrence,
the first vicar in the DLC, the fiery cleric beast. And not a lot of people have a hard time with him, but he was my kryptonite. And I fought him for 4 days. Sword Seinishin, 3 days. Okay. And that one made sense because he's legitimately hard. But I love when people come in and are like, how are you not losing your mind? Because I'm truly most of the time not losing my mind. When I get beaten, I just think, wow, that was really good and really cool. Let's do that some more.
Yes.
That's the mindset that I personally have. And I know it's okay to get tilted or to get upset or to be emotional, but I think that something that FromSoft teaches you is to like accept that disappointment and to go back into it again and become stronger over time. So I don't know. It's just, I like getting those comments in chat where people are like, how are you keeping your cool? Because it reminds me that that's a skill I've developed by playing these games and just through working in the customer service industry through my life. Really.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, anger? That's not an option. I've crunched those feelings deep down in my heart. Now all I get is revenge.
I was gonna say, I would think that would make your fuse shorter, you know, like no, seriously though, having to deal with people all day, and then you get on stream and like you're up against a really hard boss. Like, I would think that would make me just like, I'm already at the edge. Bucko, don't push me over, you know?
I'm numb. I'm fully numb.
You're
There's
always so
nothing
zen.
left.
No, it's true. Like, it's always so like chill, and I love it. I love it so much. I that actually is a kind of leads me to my next question, because I was gonna ask y'all. I can't believe you wouldn't think that Lawrence is really, really hard. And
I thought so.
Yeah, he's really hard. My first wall in Souls games, because my first Souls game was Bloodborne, and I'd love to hear what everybody's first FromSoft experience was. My first Souls game was Bloodborne. My first wall was Ligarius. Like, he was my first wall, and I had the hardest time with that stupid sword and the stupid stuff, and like trying to like figure things out, and I'm like, don't you backseat
He's so
me.
spammy.
He's so spammy. He's so spammy. And then of course the chat would be like, you just have to destroy the sword on the ground, and of course then I'd be like, well, thanks for telling me what to do so I don't do it. I'm just gonna like, thank you for that little tip there. Now I'm gonna have to do this the hard way, you know. Like, but I remember I came up against, but the feeling of defeating, you know, because you know, Papa G, Gascoigne hard, Cleric Beast hard, Bloodsword Beast fine, but Ligarius was, I literally had a wall, a moment where I was like, when am I ever gonna get this? Like, can I do this? You know, like I'm doing the same thing over and over, and I feel like I'm just expecting different results. Is this insanity? Is this Souls? Is this the real life? I don't know. I was so out of it, So what I want to ask y'all, and whoever wants to go first, what was your first Souls game? Who was your first wall when in FromSoft games?
I'll go first just because I want to have one after the end of what you just said, but Bloodborne was my first FromSoftware game. And you said that Bloodstarved Beast was whatever. I fought Bloodstarved Beast for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was I'd never had to move like that in a game that I played because I played like mostly like 2D side-scrolling games, before because I wasn't a gamer.
Yeah.
And so she broke me, but now I like really think back fondly of her, and every time I get to fight her, I'm just like, oh, hello, old friend.
I love that. It's like you learned the lessons, and so then you're like, you and me, we're cool. We're cool now. Like we're awesome.
She set me up. She set me up for success. So.
I love that. Yeah, because you have to like learn that dying is a part of these games. It's like a mechanic. It's like rolling or, anything. It's like you're gonna die, and then you just do it again, right? What about you, Rare? Did you have a wall?
Oh yeah, I was about to say I had a similar experience. Not with Bloodstarved Beast, or I probably did with Bloodstarved Beast too. All of them probably, but I remember it took like 4 weeks to beat Millennia first time, and like I said, I used every cheese, Rivers of Blood pre-nerfed and everything, and it was something like 300 attempts or something like that, and it was funny because it ended up taking me the same amount of time. No, I think even longer to do her rune level 1 hit list with none of the fixins. But yeah, no, I don't feel bad. If it takes you weeks, sometimes it takes you weeks. Nothing wrong with that, I think it's admirable that like I agree with Umbrielity when Umbrielity was saying that, some people like can't keep their calm and play these games. They like get angry, and for me it's like fun. Like I never like lose my temper or anything. It's always fun to learn how to like overcome these challenges, and if I ever do get upset, then I'm like, okay, like I'm playing a video game. I need to do something different if I'm getting worked up over something, like I need to refix it. But yeah, probably Millennia was like my biggest wall. My first game I played was Dark Souls 1. I went in order.
Oh, nice. Oh, I bet that made a difference for like the lore and everything too. That's like my only regret with Souls games is that I did 3 before 1. And I haven't done 1 yet, actually. But I did 3, and I was kind of behind on the lore. You know what I mean? Like because it didn't kind of click for me because I didn't have this setup. So it was like, like finding that, I was like, oh, okay. But what about you, Gloom? Did you have any walls in any of your first playthroughs or anything like that? Yeah.
I feel like on my first playthroughs, the entire game is a wall. So the first game I ever did was Bloodborne, and I'd never played anything like this before. I struggled so much. I remember that when I did Lawrence, it took me multiple days. And at the end of it, and I still have the voice memo, but I left a voice memo to my mom, and I'm like, I did it. I beat him. It took days. I left a message telling her, but no game has ever made me feel like this before. And I got addicted almost to that sense of challenge, and I just wanted to seek it out and try the other games after. So it was just, it was definitely a struggle though, my first playthrough.
No, absolutely. What was the hardest boss on Dance Pad?
Okay, it's not the ones you would expect. So on Bloodborne, the hardest boss is actually Rom, because when you play on Dance Pad, you have no camera control. So you only have lock on, and you don't really have much control over what you're locking onto. So trying to navigate that fight with no camera was an absolute mess. So honestly, even though it seems kind of like a surprising answer, it's probably Rom at this point.
No, that makes total sense. And like again, arachnophobe over here. I'm not about that fight at all. And the only way I get through that, when I was getting the platinum for Bloodborne, the only way I got through fighting Rom multiple times was closing my eyes.
Blindfolded run.
No, seriously. I'm like, no, I'm squinting enough to where they're just blobs, Like I can't even because Rom herself is not spidery and more like pill bug, right? But can't.
They're
I
little
can't do it.
babies.
The babies. Yeah. What about you, Shy? Did you have
Well,
any walls at all?
oh God, several. But I think it depends on whether it's a challenge run versus a first playthrough. For me, my first Souls game was DS3, and if you all saw footage of like me just playing for the first time, it would have been absolutely awful. One of the horrible, I didn't have any control over my camera because there was like a issue with my controller just spinning. So, and I also couldn't lock on. So I was fighting Gundyr with my camera spinning and I couldn't lock on. So that, and I was like, this, everybody told me that the Souls series was really hard. So yeah, I mean, this makes sense. And then,
You didn't know
and didn't realize, no, I know. Because I was just like, yeah, this is hard. Yeah, this is supposed to be really hard. So, and then later, my friend was like, yeah, that's not normal. So that was first playthrough, big wall, on many different levels.
You literally
And
had a
then-
challenge run. You had an IRL like challenge with your first. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. But I would say for like a actual challenge run, Orphan is obviously for me. I've my a lot of you all know that Orphan took me BO4 Orphan no buffs took me literally 3 months, and I had people tell me to stop so many times, and I would not give up. So I think it was more like, for me, I think not giving up was the most important thing. And I didn't care how long it took. But there was a lot of people that were like, this is really painful to watch you go through this for so long, and I want you to stop. And some people even left the community from that point. And I was just like, it's what it is.
The trash took itself out.
Yeah, I mean, it really is true. And I don't know, dying is part of the process of learning and this, and so yeah.
Seeing you, somebody said in chat, Josh said the clip of Shy beating Orphan is one of the best moments ever. And it's true, like, best, hands down, because yeah, sure, sometimes it takes months, for challenges. I mean, my when I decided to do Radon hitless on my first playthrough, I was like, yeah, sure, this is fine. And I think that some people remember how long I was on Radon. And I was like, we're on level 55, it's dex melee only, no buffs, no magic, just, flat damage, hitting them with my twin blade, whatever, I'm not gonna do anything, I'm not gonna buff it up, I'm not gonna use any strats, I'm just gonna go in and just tickle him with my little toothpick until he dies, it's fine. And then it wasn't until Brightmares came in, and I'm sure y'all are familiar with that streamer, he was like, oh, you can run away from the arrows the opposite direction, and that avoids the AoE because for like a month I was getting hit and restarting my hit list right because of stupid arrows, and I didn't know. And I was like, so it's a part of the process, is figuring things out. And one of the things that I really admire about everyone here is that you're doing it your own way, no matter what. At the end of the day, you're not going to just do something because somebody told you to, or you're trying to be kind of like a genre grifter who's like, oh, that person did this. You could be inspired by something, but you're not like, oh, I want to beat them, or like, it's not because of anybody else. It's because you want to do things your way and the way that makes you the happiest and brings you the most satisfaction. And I think that's super admirable and something that people need to see more of. And what's your what was your wall, Umbrielity?
Lawrence was definitely the biggest wall. I don't know why, but I had a great time when I started out in Bloodborne. I was like second try Bloodstarved Beast, first try Dark Beast Parl, first try Shadows of Yarnum, and I was like, wow, this game is great. I'm cracked at this somehow. But Rom threw me for a loop. And I know people don't think Rom is that hard of a boss. I don't have arachnophobia, but I still have a hard time with Rom. I just hate that guy. But that's something I love about the games too, is how everyone's has their own bosses that they love and hate.
Yeah.
Everybody has ones that they're like, oh, I first tried that guy, or it took me a week to finish. You know, there's so many different things that it could be for everybody. How amazing that they make a game like that where the boss that I think is the hardest, somebody else had a cakewalk with.
Right.
But
Dancer.
Lawrence was my first Roman Empire. I thought I would never. I did consider if it would break me, but I loved the game and the lore so much at that point that nothing was going to stop me.
No, I love that. I feel like there's a certain level of empowerment that comes from beating these bosses, especially the way that you want. I don't know if I'd love to hear, you know, your take on this, but I've changed as a person since playing these games. Not only because of the community around them, but because I feel like I've gained more confidence. I feel like I kind of get to see patience in action, you know, and like the perseverance and stuff. And I think that it makes me so happy to beat a boss that I've been stuck on. You know, it wouldn't be the same experience for me personally if I went through and the game was easy. You know, I think that the joy comes from like figuring things out as you go along, and I'm like, oh yeah, okay, and getting stuck on someone and really finding out and learning their movesets and doing everything you can to actually, you know, like overcome that, right? Because that's kind of like what you have to do in life anyway. You know, it throws you curveballs, and you have to be adaptable, and you have to know how to roll with the punches, especially if you're a dex build, because you gotta roll a lot. And
Somersaulting out of the way of deadly attacks is something I've absolutely taken into my regular life.
Oh yes. It's a practical skill. Okay? It's the customer service part, isn't it? You know, like you know, you can dodge it now.
Yeah.
But what's something that you think, y'all, that in chat, feel free to answer these as well, because this is open conversation. But I'd love to hear something that has kind of changed about your life because of the Souls games. Do you have anything that comes to mind? Let's see. Do you want to start, Bats?
Yeah, sure. So I am very neurodivergent. I am so clumsy, I have a diagnosis for it. So I never got to play sports. I was just couldn't do it. And also I have ADHD, and I was pretty good at academics, but nothing has made me more confident than playing these games. When I beat Bloodborne, and granted, like, I don't know what happened. I had the opposite experience from Umbri. I was cracked at the end of the game, and I second tried Orphan. And I don't think I stopped talking about that for like a week and a half, and I didn't even understand the weight of that accomplishment at the time.
Yeah.
I just felt so proud of myself for sticking to something that was really hard on my emotional well-being for a little while. The game just not being instantly good at it, that's something that I think most of the fellow ADHDers in chat will understand. Instant gratification, need it right now, have to be good at it immediately. And it's really taught me that in life, you can learn new things. You don't have to be immediately good at something to actually be really good at it. So
That's awesome. What a perfect answer. Great job. That's so good. I love that. I love that. What about you, Rare? Anything that you brought over into other aspects of your life from the FromSoft thing?
Yeah, I'm gonna make like a high school classmate and copy Bat's answer, but change it around a little bit.
Yeah.
So the teacher can't tell on me, but
It's okay. You can copy my work.
it was a good one. But I really resonated with a lot of what you had to say. But yeah, just the feeling of accomplishment is very cool. It made me, I've never been good at games ever. I grew up in my wheelhouse off stream is like JRPGs, turn-based games, story mode. I play games for story. And when I started streaming, how I stream is very like different. I don't want to play story games on stream because I want to interact with chat.
Right.
And the story-based game, it's hard to like focus on that and focus on chat. So I was like, I'm looking for games that really like I don't have to pay attention to story or what's going on. I could just like, either pew pew or slash slash. And so Souls games ended up fitting perfectly with that. But yeah, no, I was really, they're notoriously really hard and I was really bad at them. And then overcoming them just gave me a sense of accomplishment and pride. And I had a little pip in my step after I beat those games. Yeah, I put, Dark Souls games, check, beat, challenge runner,
Put that on your resume.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or the character sheet for my worksona, whatever you want to call it. Like,
Character sheet for my work, son. Stop.
Whatever,
What?
call it.
I love that. Can I steal that? I'm stealing that.
I agree with that for the most part. It's the sense of accomplishment, the feeling of pride.
That's awesome. What about you, Gloom?
So I promise I'm not trying to steal everyone else's answer here, but I'm also going to go into the sense of pride and just the
Just change it a little bit.
we'll change it around. And just like the sense of confidence. So my background with these games, and I tell this story a lot on stream, so my community has already heard this a million times, but when Bloodborne came out, I thought it looked really cool. I love Gothic horror. I love Eldritch creepiness. And I was like, this game looks sick. And my partner at the time just straight up told me, he's like, you're not really good enough to play a game like that. So I was like, okay, that's probably fair. That's probably accurate. I guess hard games are not for me. And so then I started streaming and met a bunch of people in the challenge run community, and people just started being so supportive and so uplifting. And, they were like, no, if you want to try these games, if you want to challenge run, then you can do it. And just the feeling as we did start challenge running, as we started completing these games and doing harder and harder things, it's just been immensely helpful for my self-confidence. It's also been immensely helpful for my social anxiety. I'm very, very, very shy and introverted in real life, and I really struggle with that. And I feel like through streaming and through finding so many amazing, uplifting people and just an amazing community, I feel like my confidence has just gotten a lot better with these games.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now, look at you now. Oh yeah, they're too hard for you. Look at you now.
I'm curious what happened with this boyfriend in the story.
Yeah. Never did what you could do. I'm glad that you said previous though, because I think that this whole table would have gone in. We'd be like, so we gotta talk to you about something. Dump him. No, I think that's really cool of you to say, and I know that what you said about having the social anxiety. I feel like a lot of people found Twitch during the pandemic like I did, and I felt so isolated, especially like being at home alone with my then oh my gosh, she was like 3 at the time, and son, and thinking like I had like not really having a community, and I just, it was so isolating. I felt like I forgot how to people. I don't know if that happened to anybody else, but like I've always been an extrovert and kind of more of an ambivert though, because I do charge my batteries with like when I can socialize with the right people. you know, but just being around people period does not charge my batteries. I need to have my cave time where I am like in the dark with snacks and like my laptop like just like huddled over like binging Netflix, I don't know, or anime, whatever. I need that to survive. But at the same time I really missed being around people, and I thought like later on I got diagnosed with ADHD, and I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. This makes so much sense, you know. But I felt like I didn't know how to act anymore. Whenever stuff started opening up, or even like I would get, you know, spam calls or things, and I just felt so awkward and so overly aware of how I sounded, what I was doing, how I acted. Like everything that I did was weird or over the top. And going into streaming, it was like I get to, you know, be myself and not mask and not be like, you know, try to think that I don't even worry. I don't even know what I look like half the time, and that's why it's hard to look at VODs. It's because I'm like, did I just like, you know? And I'm like, yeah, I did. Okay, that's on the internet forever. Cool. But at the same time, it's very freeing. It's earlier Jess Capricorn quoted iZombie, who's let's go for the Twitch Women's Guild represent. Heyo. But it said, cringe is free. Like I'm cringe and I'm free. Cringe is freeing, so let me be cringe, okay? But I feel like definitely I can echo that sentiment, you know, if it comes to something that I brought into my real life is that I feel so much more comfortable in my own skin and like around other people, and like I feel I have that confidence in the it took away from a lot of that anxiety that, you know, being isolated and alone for so long really like kind of put on me. And I don't know, Shai, what do you think about like the Souls games and that community? Has it translated at all into your day-to-day?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So literally like 5 years ago, I started watching a lot of speedrunners, speedrun Dark Souls, mainly like Dark Souls 1 through 3. And some of the most inspiring the most inspiring runners that I started watching were Savi and Afi, who are badass ladies who I don't think really speedrun it anymore, but so I've wanted to speedrun anything Dark Souls related, mainly DS3, for over 5 years, and I've just been so like anxious about it. But that's been a huge influence to me and starting speedrunning, because I do speedrun now. I don't speedrun Dark Souls related stuff, more Resident Evil, but it's helped me gain the courage to start speedrunning in general. So that had a huge impact on me, and just meeting people in the community that really are true friends, really true friends. And then also learning like patience from dying, and translating that into your life and with other people. I feel like that's a huge impact, because I would start to see that even more, like the more you die, and you'll have people in your chat that are like, why are you dying so much, and then you get used to it, and it kind of translates into your own relationships, I feel like.
Right. That perseverance and that pattern, you know, too. And I feel like, you know, and if I may like mention what I've seen from you is I've seen you develop a much more confidence when it comes to standing up for yourself with those people who might be like the naysayers or the people who, you know, want to come in and try to have negativity to throw around on that, you know. I love to hear your experiences because it's funny when you say I don't want to steal the answer. I don't want to. I think I'm gonna steal the answer. But the truth is, it's like these shared experiences resonate so well because we've all had this. You know,
It's
we've
the
all
right answer.
Yeah, it's the right answer. We've been through this. We've been there, and it's it makes sense because you know it's a shared experience, and I love hearing when we have that kind of synergy with the answers and we're all on the same page and the same wavelength because it makes sense, to for us to have gone through the same things. Whenever you're femme presenting, you're on the internet and you have a challenge ahead of you and you're playing a hard game and you're getting through it and you're persevering and we've been there, we've done that. Everybody at this on the stream has accomplished so much, and I feel like these there's a reason, there's a common theme with these the FromSoft games and why we've chosen them, because everybody here is very has overcome a lot, and I think that that's something that helps me with the Souls games about why I don't rage quit. It's because I'm like, if you knew Sav lore, this is nothing, man. Like, come on. Like, let me die to this boss a couple more times, Like,
Right? Yeah.
Whatever. This is, it's hard. It's a challenge, but it's a challenge we can control.
Yeah, all you have to do is hit a bad guy to death.
Yeah.
And then you're done. Problem solved.
Does that was that going to be your answer for how it translates into your real life? Or can you not disclose this on?
Well, no, I wasn't gonna talk about deep trauma, but
okay.
The thing that came to mind when you said that is and it is related to something that I carry. I think the point was how does it affect your real life? And I think it's more so being on Twitch in general, but when you get that negative feedback from people, and we all know the guys that come in and say, "Why are you dying so much? I don't like watching this. This is painful to watch."
Yep.
That my mindset has changed to taking them at all seriously, to like looking at them and thinking, well, that's their perspective. What a weird thing to say, and then to making fun of them. And my mods are kind of my enemies in this because they'll ban people that say mean stuff, whereas I like to kind of play with them like a cat, and I want to hurt their feelings, but they just get banned. Sometimes I don't even see the message until later. I'm like, I could have destroyed
You're like, why
this
did you
man.
ban them so soon? Literally, so just a little bit ago, Lindsay and Jess said it was playing with their food.
Their food. Yeah.
They're all like this.
We're all like this. We're all like this.
Like, don't ban them. Don't ban them that fast.
Just wait.
Not
just
that
wait.
fast.
Let me talk. Let me
you
just
for
talk to
protecting
him. Can I
me.
just talk to him for a little bit?
I want to be toxic for a minute, okay?
Just a minute. Just a minute.
Just tell your mods that that's content too.
It's true that your biggest haters are your biggest fans. They're the ones that are there all the time. They are in your chat. They are in your watching what you do. They're the first ones to give you that little view, whatever. And do you think that as having seen the content that you've seen, and of course the Souls community is kind of tight knit. I mean, like, we have a lot of people in the same chats, and know who the same streamers are. And have you noticed a difference, a disparity in the type of toxic comments or hateful, rude, type of comments that women and femme presenting streamers get versus their male counterparts? Has anybody had any experience with that? Specifically, like an influx of anybody like trying to objectify or sexualize you or make it about anything that has to do with being a woman on stream, and you're just like existing. I'd love to hear about your experiences with that.
I fortunately am not sexualized often. I do have a lot of words pre-banned though in chat, so maybe it's happening and I just don't know. But I will say that when I did my RL1 All Remembrances run and Elden Ring, I had a lot of friends and peers who were using like the spiky balls and like a pretty like buff heavy melee approach, and I wanted to do something just a little different because I didn't want to get too comfortable and copy their strategy. Like I really wanted to challenge myself. And so I used incantations, which is why Elden Beast is still alive.
Oh my gosh.
In that run, because I used the Dragon Rot breath and like the icy breath, and like the casting time on that is ridiculous. But the comments that I got was they were like, you used incantations, so it doesn't count. And I'm like,
What?
okay, you do it then. Like, you do it with incantations and tell me it doesn't count. If anything, I think I might have accidentally made it way too hard for myself. Aw, thanks, Grand. But yeah, that most of my comments that I get, like the pretty stereotypical femme content creator comments, like especially on YouTube. Oh my gosh, on YouTube.
YouTube
It's just
word.
basically
YouTube's
like,
so bad.
yeah, you used incantations, so it didn't count. And it's a lot of like the also like just like the immediate like assumed doubt that I can't play the game. Like when I was fighting Lady Butterfly, whom I got like in one 2.5 hour stream, by the way. I feel pretty proud of myself.
Yeah.
Someone came in and said, "This is so frustrating."
I love when
And I
they
was like,
say that.
"Oh,
Just leave.
what's frustrating? Are you also fighting Lady Butterfly? Yeah, it's a challenging fight, but I'm having a great time."
That just
So,
blows my
that's-
mind.
Yeah.
I also feel like you get so much more enjoyment out of the game when you die a lot. Maybe that's just what I've learned from being bad, but I'm like, this fight is fun. I don't want it to be over. I'm still sad that I killed Melania and it took like 3 streams, but I'm like, I want to fight her more. I want to go back.
There's that new game plus.
On that note, and speaking a little bit more about my RL1 All Remembrances run, I second tried Malekith on my first playthrough, and I was like, well, man, I really wanted to see more of that fight, so guess how many times I died to him in my RL1 playthrough? Over 700.
Wow!
So I got to see the fight again.
You got to see the fight again.
And again.
Hey, you know, you got your wish, and
Yeah.
but
I
you did
don't
bit.
always have time with Malekith. He's so fast. I
Yeah.
can't imagine you finding casting time though. That's tough. That's
Yeah.
hard.
I don't know how y'all do any of that, but I think that people who shame other people for their play styles and what they're using, it doesn't make any sense to me at all, because it's like, you're not the one doing it. Why do you care?
And nobody's gluing their eyeballs to your Twitch stream. They can just go.
I don't pay anyone to be there, you know.
And if you did, at least they're getting paid, so they should still shut up.
That's so funny. I don't pay you to be here. You know, I like that one. I like that one a lot. What about you, Rare?
Oh yeah, all the time,
Yeah.
every day. Whether it's on Twitch, YouTube. YouTube's really bad. I did Millennia Rune Level 1 hitless, none of the fixins. And my comments were like, "We'll try doing her titless next time." You're right. I forgot my boobs give me a buff.
Oh
My
my
apologies.
God!
I'll have to go and do the run again. Anyway, yeah, on my streams we did like titless runs after that. We added it to the title and everything. I'd be
Is that
covered
where
up,
that
and I'd be
came
like,
from,
Yeah,
dude?
no, it's hard now.
Wow. Wow. That just blows my mind. You know?
Yeah.
They're like,
My community's a lot
congratulations.
like- Oh, thank you. My community's all like Umbri's. You know, anytime we have belly achers, they get dispatched up pretty easily. It's, I mean, listen, my community already roasts me a lot. Like, that's the vibe. So if you're like a dick or an asshole, sorry, whatever.
Trying to make it
I
not a
almost went
swear
myself your streams after.
No,
but I
y'all-
remember I can swear.
Y'all are
Anyway.
fine. You can swear. It's okay.
Yeah, no, they get eaten alive. It's pretty bad, you know. So, but thankfully, it doesn't get to me too much. It's a shame that, like, I've talked about this a lot with other like women and femme presenting streamers in the space. It's a shame that we have to have or build up thick skin, you know. It seems like, and I think that's the biggest difference between women and femme presenting creators versus our male and male presenting counterparts is like, we kind of have to have this like, bonus stat of building up thick skin in this space. And it comes easy for some people, and for others it's hard, and they shouldn't have to learn. You know, sensitivity should not be something that is like a weakness. Like, I think sensitivity is beautiful, and if you like feel deeply, I think that's really cool and really special. Not a lot of people feel deeply enough about a lot of things. And so I think that's the saddest thing for me, and the biggest difference. And it's a shame that like a lot of us have to kind of learn how to like either cook back, you know, and have all the shit bounce back, or just ignore it and not let it bother us and stuff. And I think that's something in the space that I wish would get changed, you know. Not like I could do it with snap my finger, but I wish there were more things we could do, you know, in general.
I think that that this is definitely a good step in the right direction. You know, like talking about it openly, like bringing eyeballs to it. You know, talking to your communities, and also I think that it helps to show people that might not have thought about it as being as damaging as it really is. You know, so what, you are able to brush it off, so what, you are able to have mods take care of it. Yes, these are all ways to handle it, but that takes energy, and that's energy that's taken away from other things that you're doing in your life, that you're doing with your content. It takes away a focus, and it doesn't matter how thick your skin is, that's still a spoon gone, you know, because you're having to focus on one more challenge, one more thing that's out of your control. And it's really frustrating to me when I see comments that are so sexist, so misogynistic, so, you know, either telling somebody that they're not the one playing. It was your boyfriend beating him off screen, you know, oh no, she didn't do this, there's no way. Or people claiming that your success is in streaming in general is just because, you know, you're a woman representing streamer. That's why. Oh, that's why you're successful. That's it. It's none of your hard work, and it's nothing that you've achieved. Nope. No, not at all. That doesn't have anything to do with it. So the devaluing and the demoralization that happens with that is really a tough pill to swallow. And I'm with you on that one, Rare. I wish it didn't happen, you know, but I think that the more transparency that we have around it, and the more that we show each other that we have each other's backs and we're not going to stand for it, and the more that you chat in the community, you know, also doesn't stand for it and calls people out, I think that's very important. You know, don't let people, you know, come in and be disrespectful to a streamer. It doesn't matter what they look like, how they present. It doesn't. You know, you don't go into somebody's space and disrespect them. And although manners and basic sensitivity aren't exactly common sense, you know, like they, you know, like we hope that they would be, I'm hoping to change that, you know, and to kind of like set a golden standard of online etiquette that we can all feel safe and, you know, inclusive way, in a way to gauge who has read and understood that standard as well. So that's something I'm working towards. And but one of my biggest things was, you know, just having me here talking about that type of thing. That's good, right? That's impactful. But having all of us and saying, yes, this happens. This is like we said, like another shared experience. That's just that much. That's more powerful times 6, because it shows everybody who's watching and listening the truth of the matter, and then it also there's so much more strength in that united front. And so that's why I'm super, you know, stoked to have that conversation, even though it's not the most, like, it's just true, right? Like, Gloom, have you ever had experiences where, you know, you're trying to do the dance pad runs and then somebody is focused on something else instead of your gaming and your skill, or trying to draw attention away from that?
Yeah, I mean, the comments I usually get are trying to discount what I'm doing. So a lot of times, for instance, like I play one-handed, and a lot of times people will say things like, "Oh, well, I know nothing about Sekiro, but it must be a pretty easy game if a woman can do it one-handed," or like just like really nasty things like that. Or like I'll be doing a hit list run, like I've done Sekiro and Bloodborne hit lists, and I'll be on a really good run, having taken no hits, and someone will come in and be like, "Why are you such trash at this game? Like, why are you just garbage at playing?"
What?
And like always just trying to like get in your head. So I feel like you have to like like when I first started, and I was maybe doing a first playthrough where I was just learning, at that point I was like, oh well, maybe one day these comments will stop when I'm better at the game. They don't stop. They just, you could be doing a flawless playthrough and someone's still going to have a problem with what you're doing. On my soul level 1 runs, people always come in and they tell me like, oh, you're under leveled, like have you thought about leveling? And I'm like, what are you talking about? This is a soul level 1.
That's a classic
Why
one.
would you, like,
Yeah.
Good job, guys.
My favorite was when I was doing a Nameless King Soul Level 1. Someone was like, you do know you must be level 70 to beat this boss. You cannot be under level 70. And I'm like, what are you talking about? So it's just silly things like that. And over time, like, it used to bother me a lot, but like now I just kind of laugh about it, like, and just kind of have fun with it. Cause it's like, they're just trying to get in your head, or they're just trying to throw you off your game, and you can't give a reaction. You can't worry about it. So.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Oh
You'd
man.
do a lot better if you were wearing armor.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. What? No armor? No heals? No, like, just it. Oh my
You're
gosh.
supposed to use summons on Radon. You're literally supposed to. You have to do it.
Which isn't this absolute? Isn't that insane though? When you think about it, you're doing the challenges, and people still find something that they think is too easy or too hard. Your name is really funny. I'm also 12, but Hard Part says 1 level is too high if you ask me. It's true. It's true. I mean, level 0, that's perfect. I that's just so, it just blows my mind, the audacity of some commenters, especially. I mean, so Umbri, for you, do you have you experienced this type of behavior from those types of commenters ever?
Well, yeah, people are goofy. I think, though, for some reason, I don't get very much of it, and I honestly wish people would come and try me more. So if anybody in chat wants to mess with me, please go in my chat next to my stream Sunday night. Please try to make fun of me. I'm playing Lies of P. It's a very fun game to say the name of and joke about. Tell me how bad I am, and just engage with me, because I would love to see it. But yeah, from people saying, oh, well, you have a pretty face, but you're not that interesting to like listen to, or whatever they want to say to try to be hurtful. And I think that's the point in the end, is they don't care what it takes to say. They will say whatever they think it takes to make you feel bad. And luckily, most of the time it doesn't work, but it's still kind of tiring to know that people care that much about doing that. Even though they're just sad, small people, it takes a small amount of energy away. I still wish it didn't happen, even when sometimes it's really fun.
Even when it's funny, Umber just did a call out 1v1 me, bro. Like, like, come at me. I'm gonna be outside the playground, 3 p.m. Come on, let's go. Okay, I wish more people would try me. I want to get that as a sound alert so bad. I wish you would.
Please clip it.
Yeah,
Please clip it.
I'm gonna go back. There's so many good moments here. Shai, do you have any moments that kind of jump out at you that kind of fit that bill that you want to weigh in on?
Oh, absolutely. One of the earliest ones I remember was back in high school. I used to have a website that I built for the Metroid series, and I made walkthroughs for it, and I had screenshots and all this kind of stuff. And it was a big passion for me, because it was my escape from from high school, and like all the BS that goes on in high school and stuff like that. So it like a small article was written about me, and the article was very nice, but then all of the comments in the article were, she is so ugly. Wow, she's so ugly. No, the article itself was like, check out this website and what she's doing and blah 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 blah. but all the comments were, she is so ugly, she's so ugly, and it just kept going and going and going and going, and I was like, wow, I want to just curl up in a ball and never return. Like I don't know. And then I was like, you know what, fuck this. I don't care. I don't, well, I mean, obviously it still gets under your skin, but I, it made me so happy to make that and do that and work on that, that I continued afterward to make more walkthroughs, which then started my Dark Souls 3 walkthrough. And but there is also people that said, I need proof of your hands. So when I started streaming, and I did like my BO4, there were a couple of people that said, I need proof of your hands. And at first I was like, okay, I'm not going to give into this because, you know, like, who cares, right? But then I wanted to, like, I guess prove them wrong or something like that. So I learned how to hold my controller up here. And I just did that for like 6 months or more. And I would do that for like 8 hours straight, just holding it like this.
So
It's
bad for your
very
shoulders. Oh my gosh.
super uncomfortable. I've recently stopped doing that, and I can't tell you how relieved I am, and it feels so comfortable. Like, it feels really nice to just finally say, okay, I'm done with that. There's a point of proving people wrong, and then also like checking in with yourself and saying, is this hurting my physical or mental health? You know, like, you have to balance the two.
No, absolutely. Hold on. Where are these? You know, kids are just, they'll make up anything, you know, and roll with it. But the fact that you got bullied on an article about your gaming and then they tried to lie and make it about your appearance is insane. And I know chat it will back me on this. First of all, Shy is beautiful. Okay.
You are.
Like,
all of you are.
1,000%, like, just beautiful. And so that's insane. I mean, just people, oh my gosh. Yeah. Like, I used to get bullied for having green eyes because it was like different, you know? And so it would be like, oh, it's witchy witch. Oh, she, like, sweeping up, if I like had like the sweeping task, you know, for the teacher and stuff. Oh, watch out, she's gonna fly off on her broom. Oh
my
Or like at the
God.
playground, they'd be like, oh, don't make her angry, she's the Incredible Hulk, so you won't like her when she's angry, blah blah blah, you know, just like the weirdest stuff. People make up stuff all the time, right? But anyway,
I was so bullyable too when I was younger, and I still am. But people will pick on you for anything that they can see. It's horrifying. It doesn't make it feel good.
No, it doesn't. And even though you know that people are right, like, or like that people are wrong, like in your head, there's always going to be that once somebody says something cruel, it's like, it's really hard to just like completely forget it. You know, there's always, am I alone in thinking that? Like, you have that like one thing and it's just like, it's like, I remember, you know, oh man, thinking so-and-so made fun of my hairline, and so now I always want to part my hair like this, and it's just something you do subconsciously, you know what I mean, after you get that kind of thing. And it's just like, unfortunately, that happens way more for femme-presenting women streamers, and it's like, because they think that our appearance is tied into our gaming, you know. And it's like, you go to a guy's channel and it's not gonna have anywhere near as many comments on his appearance, you know. And I feel like YouTube is where you get the unfiltered internet, you know. It's kind of like, it can be kind of a cesspool sometimes because of the culture around it. It seems like creators aren't really seen as people there, so people feel more emboldened to say things. But man alive, sometimes I'm just looking at this stuff and I'm like, are y'all for real? It's something nobody should have to read, honestly. Like, even the mods that have to delete it. But oh, we got a K-Dub in the chat. Hey, Quitty. I asked Quitty is one of the first people I let know about this little idea, because I was asking him, you know, about help, like, like picking the people who I wanted to invite and everything, and that's a very trusted friend of mine and an amazing, incredible, legendary Soulsborne player. So hello, thank you for joining us, and thank you for supporting the women Soul Sisters. I'm gonna, by the end of this chat, I'm going to have a jingle. Okay, it's gonna happen. So we will have a theme song, an Avengers style like movie poster. I'll collage our pictures together. So.
My cat is the mascot.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
He supports the Soul Sisters.
Wait, can you do that again?
I think that Marcus
Can you
should
do
be.
it again?
We
Yeah,
want
do you
more.
I
The
can't
people
believe
are
he's
asking for
really-
more.
Yeah, I think Marcus should be our leveling maiden.
Yes. Marcus could be our leveling maiden. I love that idea.
Oh my
I
god,
will
it's so
rest my hand
cute.
upon him.
You
for
give the
moment.
pets and then he transfers them into levels. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. So who is everybody's favorite leveling maiden out of all the games?
The doll.
The doll probably. I mean, Emerald Herald from DS2 really gives the doll a run for the money because I haven't played Demon Souls. I know that the maiden and Demon Souls kicks her feet too, but I saw Emerald Herald kicking her feet and I was just like, I love you so much. You're the cutest thing ever.
Aw.
If I had to choose one of them to keep alive and kill all the rest, I would pick the doll. And so I have to say that she's my favorite because instinctually, I know I would choose her life over all the other lives.
Oh, that makes perfect sense. That's especially, thank you for leveling. You just had to go in and add a little layer of challenge there, Umbri. You know,
That's
I just said who's your
insane.
favorite, and Umbri comes. If I had to kill everyone, I would do it because I love the doll that much. I love it.
That's the first thing I think of when I'm thinking of things I like. Who would I kill?
Yes. What about you, Shai? Who's your favorite?
I always thought it was really interesting how I think her name is Arena or Kareem. Or her name might be Kareem. I can't remember. I think it's Arena. But she can become a firekeeper. And I love her quest line. I don't know if she's my favorite firekeeper because she doesn't actually like level you up, but I love that she can become one and her quest line in general. But I do really love the doll too. I love the lore behind her, and I feel like she's also not treated very well. If you go into like the abandoned workshop and you like see the lore behind that and read like the extra stuff with the I don't know, just she deserves more. So yeah.
I totally get that. What was yours, Rare?
Oh, I'm not gonna copy homework this time. I like Melina. She really humbled me. She was like, "Yeah, you're maiden. You need to
Yeah.
work on that." And I was like, "Oh, thanks." And she helped me out. My first maiden. No, I like Melina a lot. I think she's cool. She's probably my favorite.
Do you have any theories about her? Any lore theories about where she comes from, where she goes? Maybe Cotton Eye Joe's.
The rumors are true. We are.
Oh.
Me and Melina.
Oh.
Yeah. It happened. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So yeah, that's my not even Reddit could figure that one out, but
That's
yeah,
the lore.
yeah, it's true.
That's
She's
true.
my maiden.
Okay. Oh, wow. She accomplished the unaccomplishable. Absolutely. This is the #1 challenge, y'all. This is actually the challenge run. Getting
You'll find out
maidens.
the trophy.
Oh, what was your favorite, Gloom?
I am gonna copy homework again. I'm gonna go with the Bloodborne doll. She's just so sweet, and like what Shai was saying about how she hasn't always been treated very well. Like I just feel like she must be protected at all costs. I want to make her life better. She seems so sweet.
I do. I feel a sense of. Bats, were you gonna? Are you with the doll too? Are we having?
Yeah, I
votes?
mean, I when she says, "Could this be joy?"
Yes.
I lost it. I started crying. So none of the other maidens have made me cry.
Yeah.
Maybe the
Oh.
Firekeeper in DS3 got kind of close with one of her endings.
Mhm.
But yeah, the only one that's ever made me cry is the doll.
When the doll was talking about the creator and love and everything, that's the part that made me cry. I was like, oh gosh. She's like, is it possible you could love me? You know, I just, man, I mean, I was so emotional through all of that, though, to be honest with you. And I think that if I had to pick one, I think that I would definitely pick the doll. Yeah, just because of and also her voice. I remember the first time I talked to her in the game, and I was like, what accent is that? I was like, whose voice is that? I was like, this is so cool, because one of the things that I don't think that people talk about enough is for one of the most amazing things about these games is the voice acting. Like,
Yeah.
Always spot on.
so
How do they
good.
never miss?
Who's your favorite Elden Ring boss voice? Mine is Godfrey.
I was gonna say, I think Elden Ring has the best voice acting. There's so many unique, iconic voices in Elden Ring.
Right. In there, it has such a wide variety of them, you know. But when Godfrey is talking to you with that level of respect too, and he has just his voice sounds so regal, and like literally if you had like an Elden Lord embodied, I was like, it's exactly what I would think of. But I don't know, who would you say?
I think I want to say Melania, because she has like the same voice as like one of the first girls I ever had a crush on, like the same like tone. And so like I just think she's so cool. And but I also really like Malekith. His voice is pretty sick.
Who's the
We're talking about women. We're talking about Melania.
Yeah,
so.
who's the voice of Millennia? Didn't she also voice something else?
Yeah, I'm so bad at remembering names.
I can't remember. Who said Rykard? Oh, a chat saying Malekith, but also Rykard.
Okay,
I'll never forget.
The voice actor for Melania is Pippa Bennett Warner.
What else did she do though? What's the IMBD say?
I don't think she's in any other FromSoft games.
That's so weird. I thought that she did something else. I don't know. I might be confusing that, because I know that the same voice for the doll is Maria in Bloodborne.
Yeah.
And
That's
I was
because
like,
they're the same.
because there's a
person,
sign.
right?
Mm-hmm.
No, exactly.
Well, my favorite maiden, not a leveling maiden, but my favorite NPC in any FromSoft game is Yuria of Londor.
Oh, she's cool.
Oh, Yuria is so cool.
Her voice actor, Pookie, is her first name, and she's voiced someone else too in the series. We learned that during Lindsay's playthrough of DS3.
Who?
I'm trying to find out.
Pookie?
Yeah.
I love that.
Oh, she's Ariana in Bloodborne, another wonderful character.
Oh my gosh.
that's
Ariana!
Yeah.
Man, you know, I've been taking it's kind of funny, you know, whenever you kind of are flipping back and forth between challenge running and then like playing for the story, right? And so you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't go to that part of the game, you know, I didn't grab that, I didn't do that, and then you're like, oh, it's kind of like you get a new fresh perspective on it, you know. Somebody said maybe she also did Gold Mask.
He doesn't say anything, right?
Yes. Yeah.
I've never actually finished the Gold Mask quest. I can't figure it out.
It's so cool though. Oh man, he's so cool. He actually has a voice actor in the credits. I mean, that's the best job. Breathing, yes, that's the best job ever. Best job ever. I mean, so when you think about like streaming these games, do you have any tips for upcoming female representing streamers who are wanting to get into this genre and maybe they're afraid, or really anybody who wants to play these games, but especially anything to keep in mind for us, you know, coming up, is there anything that you would tell somebody that's embarking on that journey, or maybe even something that you wish you were told when you first started and that you know now? And before I go and ask everybody a piece of that, please remember that we are fundraising for 1000 Dreams Fund. And this bit of advice is so cool. And please, y'all, listen up, because these streamers right here have such a wealth of knowledge and such an absolute understanding of what you go through. And this type of information is just kind of like priceless, you know? So I'd love to hear from y'all. And and just in case y'all were wondering about the 1000 Dreams Fund, it's a broadcast her initiative supporting women and femmes, including cis women, trans femmes, and all those who face disparities and discrimination in correlation to misogyny and identity as they pursue their dreams of content creation. So that the grants can be rewarded to people for things like getting a PC for the first time, or traveling to a con, or anything else that might be, you know, a barrier. And it's an absolutely great cause. The 1DF charity is wonderful, you know, worked with them in the past, and also, you know, have the pleasure of working with the Twitch Women's Guild with them. And something important to remember is that the inequality is 1000% there. The numbers don't lie, the figures don't lie, the stats don't lie. Okay, like women and marginalized genders do not get as much attention, discoverability, opportunities as their male counterparts. So let's help kind of even the playing field a little bit. Even from this stream alone, we've been able to see so much talent, so much hard work, so many accomplishments, you know. And it's every single one of y'all deserve to be seen and heard and valued, and you're worthy of that type of recognition. So y'all, please consider donating, and I would love to hear, you know, your advice for anybody who wants to get in the game. Do you want to start us out, Bats?
I would say that my number one piece of advice is don't be afraid to establish and enforce your boundaries. I would say that should be one of the first things you think about before you ever go live, is what are your boundaries? And it's okay, they will change, I promise you. They'll evolve, you'll find new ones, you'll develop thicker skin, and things will roll right off eventually. But it's really easy for people to say some really absurd things from behind a computer screen when you can't see who they are. There's anonymity there. It's absolutely no reflection on you. And if you don't believe me, if you do want to start playing these games, please come say hi to me. It doesn't have to be while I'm live. I can be like on socials. You can DM me, because I want to be there to hype you up and cheer you on, because it's scary, but it's so worth it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Do you have what would you say about that, Rare?
Oh, I mean, Bats, you know, like their namesake, knocked it out of the park. You know, I think your name is a reference to like the animal bats, but just roll with it for the joke.
I think that joke was a home run.
Hey! Bars. Anyway, no, boundaries are, I think, for streaming in general, I mean, not even just Souls games, like boundaries are the number one most important thing, and it's super hard to enforce as you get started, because you might be shy, you might be nervous, you might be like, I don't have anyone talking to me, so I might put up with stuff that I won't usually do because, like, I want more chatters or whatever. Like, so boundaries are super important. I agree 100%. For Souls games in particular, and this is like a me thing, I personally think for Souls games, there's some things, because a lot of people like to go into games not knowing anything, you know, no backseating, and I totally respect everyone's individual choice. I think Souls games, a lot of people would benefit from having a small amount of background information on mechanics and how to play, especially if you never played them before. I've just seen people go into them never playing games like that and then get frustrated because they don't understand a lot of the mechanics, and then they quit. And I know for me, like I definitely like I allow backseating too, which is like not everyone has to do that. But I also did some research on like, okay, so like you know, a lot of times you got to roll into the boss, or like, you know, for older Souls games, like buy the booty, spank the booty, you know, like certain things that you kind of don't know unless you're told, and like how scaling like weapons and stuff works. I felt like for me that helped a lot, and I just had like a basic level of understanding, because a lot of times Souls don't hold your hand, you know. It's not like, you know, do this and then do this like other games can be. And so I feel like that can be advantageous to people. Definitely like decide your own thing. Like there's a lot the game doesn't exactly what Umbri said. Like, and I'm not trying to tell you anyone like how to run their streams. Like if you don't want backseating and you want to do it yourself, that's totally fine. It's just sometimes I've seen people get more frustrated than they need to be, and then like I said, just quit the games and not really get to experience what it has to offer because of things like that. And maybe that's a flaw in the game. I don't know. But I think
No,
that's
of course not.
No.
Yeah, I'm not telling you how to run your streams, but it is not a failure on you if you need to like look up some things, you know, or like kind of maybe like a how to like get into Souls games and know some basics. That's not a failure on you. It's not a failure on the game. I'm not yelling at FromSoft games. But I think you'll get a more enjoyable experience out of it. So
No, I think
fine.
that's great advice. I think that that's great advice, because, you know, when you look and you get to, you know, you don't have to spoil the game for yourself if you're like, hey, I don't want any spoilers. But when you look at things and you're like, there are certain aspects of Soul games that are not obvious, you know, and of course there's an amount of running around and figuring it out that makes it fun. But at the same time, consider that if you are wanting to play these games and stream them, and you're not familiar with them, streaming adds an entire layer of things that you're trying to focus on and pay attention to. And, you know, regardless of if you have 10 people in your chat or 100 or 2, it takes you out of it. Like you are going to spend mental energy on the fact that you are live on the internet right now and anything can happen. You know, you have to be ready for anything. Right. So that's something I think that that's great advice, you know. And in regards to boundaries, establishing your boundaries, and you have a right to change what you're comfortable with at any point. Okay. You don't have to say like, oh, I said that I was okay with this, but now it kind of makes me feel icky, but I can't change that now. No. If you don't like it, like this is like your space. Everywhere, you know. And so writing them down is a good way to do this, because you have like and you have an absolute kind of like line of what's acceptable and what's not acceptable, what you will do, what you won't do, what you're okay with people saying, what you're not okay with people saying. And having like a list of that you can add and adjust is a really nice way to do that, so that you can be aware, you know. And also honestly, like seeing that on paper really helps too, you know. And I'll say one more thing, and then I'm going to pass it to Gloom. There is no viewer, community member, I don't care how much they've donated, I don't care if they are in your chat every day, I don't care if they gift a bunch of subs, I don't care. There's nobody that is worth your level of comfort. It's not worth it. Don't keep them. If they make you uncomfortable, ban them, block them. Like that's one of my favorite things about having the stuff on the internet, is that you have that control. You know, you don't have to, it's not like showing up at an office where you have to see this coworker every day. You know, you have that choice. You can absolutely get that person out of there. And especially whenever you're building a community, when you're building a community and you're choosing to let somebody stay who maybe doesn't vibe with you or you don't agree with their behavior, don't do that, because what you're doing is you're actually chasing away the kind of people that you want, because they'll see that you're tolerating that behavior and they're going to be like, oh, well, she's okay with that, or they're okay with that. I don't think I want to be in this stream anymore. That's too bad. You know? And I don't know about y'all, but I get secondhand discomfort from chats sometimes, and it makes me not want to be there. And it's a shame. you know, because you see great creators, but they just don't have the either the like they're too afraid to ban somebody, you know. But nobody is worth, no amount of support is worth your health, you know, and that's mentally and emotionally. It's just not worth it. It's not. So, what about you, Gloom?
Yeah, so I think the first thing I would say, just like in general, if you are someone thinking about streaming or you're thinking of doing challenge runs, or especially if you're someone out there and you're like, I really want to try dance pad, that looks cool, but I don't know if I'm good enough for it. No, I'm telling you, you are. Like, I want everyone to try challenge runs. Everyone is capable of doing difficult things. Everyone is capable of playing Souls games if they choose to or want to. And I would love to see the community grow. So if you're someone out there and you just need someone to hype you, I'm 100% here for it. And I'm so excited. And I hope that, you know, more women and non-binary folks get involved in the Souls community. And then the other thing along with that is I think the biggest piece of advice is just to build your community with care. Make sure that not only are you enforcing your boundaries and kind of, you know, being clear with what you are and are not comfortable with, but also that you trust your intuition. I think there were a lot of times early on in streaming where something might have made me uncomfortable, but I'd second guess myself, or I'd be like, well, maybe it's not that big of a problem. And so I'd say, like, trust your intuition and make sure to surround yourself with good people who are there to uplift you. Because being a woman or being a femme presenting person online can be very, very toxic, unfortunately. And there have been so many times where I would probably have quit if it weren't for so many people in my community just uplifting me, telling me, no, you've got this, keep going, don't let it bother you, just keep going. And I think the most important thing is like making sure to surround yourself with people who have your best interest in mind.
That's awesome. That's an awesome take, you know. And one of my favorite things about this experience with y'all is showing people what positive femininity looks like, and, you know, people supporting each other, and that exists, you know. And like this is like the like just such a clear example of like of what it looks like for the Souls community and Soul Sisters to get together and like hype each other up, like trying to like hype up others, all of it, you know. It's absolutely it's really it's amazing here. And thank you so much for being such a good voice for all of that. It makes me so happy to see and hear you making such great points, you know. Like it's amazing to hear what you have to say about boundaries and everything else like that as well. So thank you for bringing that up and for bringing up, you know, to build your community with care. I think that's great advice. Great advice. What about you, Shai?
Well, definitely echoing off everybody else, and learning to check in with your mental and physical health. I think that's really important because that can be overlooked really easily, especially when you're starting out and you feel like you need to keep streaming. One big thing that I've noticed with myself and maybe other streamers as well is if you get a raid, and say you are like your blood sugar is really low and you desperately need to take a break, some people, or even end, some people feel like they need to keep going. And I think it's a really good boundary to put in place to just say, okay, just say like, thank you for the raid, and you know, check in with yourself. If you want to take a break and come back, that's cool too, but it's always okay for you to end stream at any point in time. Do not feel like you need to continue just to put your health at risk. And that also means like if you need to go and drink water, if you need to go take medicine, if you need to go get food, make sure you do that. So prioritizing yourself first is really important over like thinking about views or performance, stuff like that, because overall taking care of yourself first will ultimately benefit yourself and the community and everybody else. So yeah, I think that's my biggest piece of advice, because I still need to work on that too.
It's so much easier to give this kind of advice than it is to like
Yep.
to take it.
To
You know,
implement,
like
yeah. Mhm.
it's tough to do it yourself, but it all comes from it definitely all comes from a place that's like, hey, listen, I'm telling you this because I've been there, and I feel like this is something that you need to be aware of. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I think that's great advice, y'all. I'll have really, really good input here. I know that Umbri got called back to the spaceship, so I already sent the bat signal in the Discord, so we'll see. But you know, sometimes, you know, when you're an intergalactic, you know, cosmic beings, there seem to be just responsibilities and sometimes, so we'll come back with that one. But oh my gosh, how did that happen? Wow. Whoa, that's crazy. That's insane. You totally just like got here.
I didn't notice anything happen. I was just good thing you said I was gone, because I wouldn't have noticed. And I was like ready to blab
Yeah.
about a bunch of stuff. Like jumping off of what Shai said, something that I think about that is specific to FromSoft games that I like is how they streaming these games kind of forces me to take care of myself a little bit better. I can't be off my game and try to fight a boss in one of these games. I'll like I used to sometimes like stay up too late, not eat dinner before stream, or I would like drink a bottle of wine while playing Zelda. I can't live that life anymore, and it's good for me.
I love that, and it's really funny that John just put hydrate in the chat, and I saw bats and rare, and I all reach. We're like, yes. The community also makes sure that we're hydrated. That's actually good. You know, please drink your water, everyone. And for every cup of coffee, 2 glasses of water, because it dehydrates you. I'm not saying that because, you know, personal experience, or that's not one of those advice things that I'm giving myself at all, you know. No, but no, really, 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 really solid pieces of advice, because I think that, would you all say that there's a common misconception that people think that they need to stream more in order to grow?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. And another thing is like taking breaks when you're streaming. Like
Mhm.
getting up and going to the restroom, stretching your legs. Like a lot of people were upset when Twitch like forced ads on affiliates or partners, but like the scheduler has been really great for me, because I know every hour I get 3 minutes to get up and reset, which is super important when you're playing a game, especially when you're doing a challenge run, because it's like it's not only like emotionally taxing, it's mentally taxing and physically taxing.
For
Mhm.
sure.
And you know, I stream shorter hours than a lot of people. Like I sometimes have a hard time sitting still for 3 hours, and so my streams are like between 3 and 4 hours, and I'm doing just fine.
Yeah.
So.
Oh man, I mean, I'll tell you, it's insane though, because you can get so immersed in these games that you don't even notice that like 6 hours has gone by, and you're like, oh, okay. You know, it's crazy. But I think that's that you know, keeping in mind that even if people are like, oh yeah, you know, stream more, honestly, like, of course, like, being consistent is way more important than frequency. You know, if like, I don't care if you're streaming 2 days a week, just make sure you're streaming the same time, the same days. You know what I mean? That'll give you growth, and you won't burn out, because burning out is like getting sick. You know, essentially, it's like And when you're sick and you still try to push yourself, it's going to take that much longer to recover. And you can't be your best, most creative self when you're burnt out from streaming every day. You know, it's just, and it can get really, I feel like one of the challenges of streaming is it's, there's nothing stable about it. There's no, I don't care what size your community is, everybody goes through dips. Everybody goes through peaks and valleys, and there can be large percentages too, you know? And when you are used to getting, you know, a certain amount of statistics, and then you know, whether you're checking your stream summary, I personally don't keep my like count on when I'm streaming, right? And you're like, whoa, okay, like it's mentally, you know, it can make you feel bad, right? You know, because you're like, oh, is it something I'm doing? Am I not keeping up with my content enough? And in reality, it doesn't have anything to do with you. It's just the natural, like, it's the natural flow of things. So making sure not to take that as a reflection of you, your value, the quality of your content. Those things don't have any correlation with your numbers, and in fact, it's if you're doing everything that you want to do, if you're enjoying yourself, and if you're putting in the work, you know, you're it's enough. You're doing a great job. And there are like 7 million people that stream every month, so having somebody stop by, even if it's just one person, is absolutely awesome. Just imagine that one person is in there with you in your room and hanging out with you and you're playing, you know? Like that's still somebody, you know, to chat with and engage with. So always just don't stop talking, you know, don't give up. Take care of yourself and be kind to yourselves. I think that is there anything else that we would tell like somebody getting started, or any like words of warning about any like heads up that you wish you had going into Soulsborne streaming?
I have an advice. I don't know if it'd be helpful.
I'd love to hear it.
What I remember my very first ever time playing Bloodborne. For me, it was so helpful to do that on stream, and a couple of us have talked about the benefits of being able to play on stream and just have chat there to be like, you can do it, or hey, try this. But the biggest thing for me was somebody telling me it was normal to be dying like I was. If I hadn't known that, I would have thought something's going horribly wrong and I'm not doing this game right. But when I was like on my 10th death in Central Yarnum, and I was like, guys, what's happening? And they were like, this is the game. You're doing it.
Yeah, that's normal. Die a lot.
So that was helpful for me. And I would also try to tell people, and I think the people in this room virtually with me are proof of this. Chat doesn't care how many times you die to the same boss. So just do what's fun for you. Don't, like, I know in my head, I'm like, people are tired of watching me. But that, like, I never think that when I'm watching Sav stream. I'm never like, oh, Sav.
And I die a lot.
No, I'm like, one more time. Let's go. So just go easy on yourself and don't be like counting your deaths in your head. It's fun to get it on the first or second try, but it's a whole different experience when you are learning a boss and it's becoming a part of your soul and you're on the 100th attempt. It's also fun.
That's so true. You know, I think that a lot of the things that are untruths about content creation are things that we make up in our own head, right? Like it's not. It's like you have these assumptions. You're like, chat's gonna get bored. Chat's, you know, and that's like, it's totally fabricated. You just imagined that, you know, and now it's an anxiety. And now during your attempts, you're like, oh gosh, I hope I get this soon because they're gonna leave. They're gonna think I'm the worst ever. This is so boring. This content sucks, you know. And you're just making that up while your chat's just enjoying it because they're like, oh, I did that. I went through that, you know. And I think that commonality of like I think that also the common suffering that we all share, right? That we like, it doesn't matter who you are or how you play them. Like, you know that like it's you know that you're gonna die a lot. You know that you're gonna suffer. You know that you're gonna learn. Like, even like with the upcoming DLC, right? Like, none of us are gonna go in there and just like first try. You know what I mean? And like, if you did, wouldn't that be?
Yeah, I hope not.
That'd be kind of sad, you know? I'd be like, whoa, that was an expensive demo run there, right? But
Oh my goodness, what a disaster that would be.
Etria in chat said, if anything, I find it entertaining and courageous to laugh at your own deaths. Yeah, no, for sure. So really, coming up on our game here in a little bit, I wanted to ask y'all, and we had a few chat questions about who is your favorite boss? Like, who is your favorite boss from any of the games and why? Do you want to go first, Gloom?
Oh, sorry if that looked like I was raising my hand. I wasn't. I was. But no, we can
now. Sorry.
Well, you got picked now, so
that's fine. Oh, that's so hard. There's so many good ones. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna do two. I'm going to do Midir from Dark Souls 3. Most gorgeous dragon ever. I absolutely just love fighting Midir. He's like my favorite part of Ring City, like always the part that I'm looking forward to. And then the other boss, have to go with Ludwig from Bloodborne. I love the OST, the look of him. Again, I'm very into like horror and like kind of like creepiness, and I just love like the reveal when you see like how he's all like grafted and has all these different parts to him, and then the OST in Phase 2 is just amazing. Chef's kiss. So those are my two favorites.
I love that. Gloom, like you're cracked, man. I think about Midir and I'm like, I think, yeah, I blacked out that part of my memory too. Like, fighting him made me so mad. The run back made me mad. The thing made me mad. Getting in the arena made me mad. I was just like, stupid big boss with a stupid big health bar. Where's the camera? You know, and I'm just like running around like crazy.
No,
I think that's
Sav,
awesome though.
No, Sav, let me tell you, you are cracked. Like, I have never hit list a boss in Elden Ring. I don't even play Elden Ring. When you were all talking
See,
about
if you play
bosses in Elden Ring, I don't even know how to play it. I've never figured that game out.
The second you pick it up. No, the second you pick it up, you're gonna be fine. You can't say,
no, girl,
I can't
you
do
are
it.
so cracked. No,
Oh
you
my
are so
gosh.
cracked.
You just gotta plug in the dance pad.
Yeah,
Gloom, 'cause I don't think you
yeah.
were doing. Yeah, do that.
That's right.
That.
Watch a Gloom do first playthrough dance pad Elden Ring done. Like, there we go. This is
I'm putting it on my calendar, Gloom.
Yep.
I'm there.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. What about you, Shai? Who's your favorite boss and why?
So I feel like there's a difference for me between a boss that was really fun for me once I figured them out versus a boss that I really love the lore and the OST behind and stuff like that. I can't like not love Orphan, even though I died to Orphan so many times, especially on my BL4. But the lore behind Orphan for me is so tragic. And just like him crying there on his mother's corpse and everything, and he still has like the placenta, is so tragic to me. And then the OST is so beautiful. In fact, I had to mute it because I was afraid that it would like be associated with me dying over and over and over. So I didn't want it to it to lose its value, if that makes sense. So, and I feel like there's in the DLC there's so many bosses that are just like straight up evil, and Orphan is just like, I'm here and my mom died, so I I don't know, I just feel bad for him. And then I guess but most of the bosses that I feel like are fun, well, I mean, Orphan, I don't know, but most of the Dark Souls 3 bosses for me are more like, yeah, just really fun once I figure out how to, especially if I can parry them. So like Pontiff, for example, is a great example of that.
Oh my
Or
gosh.
yeah.
Pontiff. Oh, Pontiff. Oh, Pontiff. Oh man. You know, I think that the lore, the more you discover the lore, y'all know, like you look at it and you're like, am I the bad guy? I'm the bad guy. I'm the bad guy here. You know, like you don't realize you're like,
I knew
dude.
that.
Yeah, you're like, I knew.
I don't want to fight a lot of these guys. I'm like, could we just talk it out?
Millennia much, right?
Yeah.
I know where Megala is. Let me just talk to you, please.
Let's
It was
go
fun.
get him.
Oh man. No, I absolutely, I agree like 1,000% with that so much. What about you, Umbri?
Oh, man, there's so many. It's really hard. But Ludwig is definitely a favorite. Love that he has an eyeball mouth. And that's just a boss fight that I always watch on YouTube. I'll be like, I need to watch the Ludwig boss fight, and I'll just look it up on YouTube to watch. But so many bosses in Dark Souls 3 and in Bloodborne were just riveting to experience because I had already watched so many videos of other people playing the game and about the lore. And I didn't get that experience so much with Elden Ring when I played it because I went in more blind. So I didn't have this sense of who I was fighting and who really was
Right.
it that I was defeating. Even though it was also fun to be surprised by it. But one boss that I loved in DS3 was Dancer of the Boreal Valley.
I love Dancer.
I beat her pretty fast, and I am sad about it. I need to go back and play it again because I did not want to beat her that quickly, but it was such a beautiful dance, and all of the boss fights are a dance, but that one was like, okay, especially so. And I'm just a powerful lady in creepy armor.
A powerful lady in creepy armor. You know,
Yeah.
I love that the Dancer's in 3/4 time too. It's a waltz. So like the music is in 1, 2, 3. It's a different time signature than like your body's naturally used to. So that's what almost creates some of the and her moves are in time. And that's what creates some of those like off, so to speak, why it throws a lot of people off. And I'm right with you though, Shy, because I can't listen to the boss OST when I'm trying to beat it. I get way too like distracted because I'm so like I'm very sound sensitive anyway, and I'm like oh my gosh, the choir, you know, it's always so epic. It's so epic, you know, and like the strings, and I'm like I don't care how many times I listen to the soundtrack, it makes my heart beat right on my chest. And I mean, I got into my car the other day and I didn't have Spotify up, so my Bluetooth immediately started playing like my Apple Music library, and it was Morgoth's theme. And I can't tell you, I was so caught off guard, y'all, because I was like, you know, I'm like just getting in my car, about to take my son to martial arts, and like I was like, geez, oh, okay, all right, okay, I'm awake now, good morning. But I just love the epicness of it, and I feel like I've been getting in the habit of like romanticizing my life more, and like especially like the simple things, you know, whether it's getting a cup of coffee or taking a bath, you know, it's helping me to be more aware and present in the moment. If I'm like picturing myself in like a novel that I love to read, or picturing myself in one of these video games, it's like where everything has so many different like levels and music to it, and you know, you can kind of picture yourself in there. And so I've been doing that, and let me tell you, living your life to the Souls games OST is it adds a little bit of intensity if you need some, you know. Like have you ever like lifted weights to Ludwig's theme? It's pretty crazy.
I'm going through after this.
Yeah. My favorite boss of all time was Lady Maria, because of just like I did not expect any of it, I guess, and it, you know, like like going through that cutscene and kind of discovering and understanding everything, and then also like the soundtrack again, like the move set, it was just so beautiful to me and so like mind blowing. That I think that will forever be my favorite fight. You know, and then learning to parry and stuff really well on that is definitely awesome. I don't know. What about you, Rare? Who's your favorite FromSoft boss? And
Okay,
if you
I
had
gotta
to
break
pick.
it down in 3 categories. So most attractive boss, Vicar Amelia. I will not be answering questions on this stream.
Okay.
She's another fave of mine. I almost said her.
Uh-huh.
I can't
Wait.
talk about
Wait. Can we talk?
on
Can
here.
can you at least clarify pre or post transformation?
Oh, definitely post transformation. That's why I can't talk no more about it. I don't. We'll be here all day. I can talk about the state of monster fucking
Excellent
today, like for
screaming.
hours. Anyway, so attractiveness, Vicar Amelia, she's great. My opinion's the best boss in all FromSoft is Ishin in Ishin in Sekiro. I think that's just the best final boss, or just best boss that's ever been done, because you incorporate like everything you've learned, and it's fantastic. My personal favorite, hands down, is Horaloo from Elden Ring.
Yeah.
I played all the Souls games minus Demon Souls, and all the FromSoft games. And I never fought a boss like that when he like gets into his phase 2, about like, I don't know, half health, I'd say. And he gets like, it's like someone shouted "World Star," and he's the musk overwhelms you. And it's the way he fights is so different than any other boss, because it's like a wrestler, you know.
Yeah.
And it's so unique. I just love that fight every time. It's so different. It's so cool. I love any of his finishing combos when he just decimates you. And I'm like, oh my god, it's so brutal.
Do it again. You just drop kicked me into oblivion. I want more.
Yeah, so it's great. Yeah, so that's my personal favorite, hands down.
I love that. I love
and
that.
I mean Sword Saint Isha. Yeah. I mean final boss of Sekiro. So sorry, spoilers. I figured that was okay.
You're fine.
And
It's been long enough. We're okay here.
Don't listen, Bats. No.
Don't listen back.
No, I know he's the final boss. It's okay.
What's been your favorite so far though? That's
In Sekiro or in
all.
general?
Oh.
So of every game that I've played, which is all but Demon Souls and Sekiro's in progress, is Dragon Lord Placidusax, because
that's a good one.
so I love him
such
for
a good one.
two different reasons. When I fought him the first time on my first playthrough, he has that cool move where he like takes a lightning bolt and sticks it into the ground, and the audio cuts out, and then there's like a nuclear explosion. Like I literally just stopped fighting him. I was like, are you kidding me? This is the coolest thing I've ever seen. And then when I went back to do my RL1 run, I fought him to Sandstorm.
Darude?
Yes, Darude Sandstorm. And
Shut the
don't-
front door.
I don't think I'll ever do anything cooler than that, because I killed him as the song ended. And I did get kind of stuck on him a little bit. And of course, audio split, there's no evidence of it.
Right.
But I know it happened, and it was by far the coolest thing.
I love that so much. I want you to like take the fight that you like the clip that you have and just insert an audio track with the Daru sound so that it ends right then. That's so epic. And now we all know the strat. Okay, so RL1 Plassie, you need some Sandstorm, and then just get that in your ears and you'll be good to go.
I also beat Lady Butterfly to Sandstorm, but it hit different. It was not on purpose. We were just listening to my 90s club playlist, and it came on, and I was like, all right, this is the run. And then it was. Yeah.
Dude, that just means that every time that
I know, if I'm stuck, I need
that you're
Sandstorm.
stuck, you need a Sandstorm. I do that with Meshuggah. personally, that's like it's time to go. It's time to get serious. You're putting your serious pants on, okay? Like, here we go. You know, but that's so funny. I love that. I love that so much. And I love sitting here and talking to you all. This type of, I never had like a girl group of friends, or like I've never like really got to grow up and have, you know, that kind of like camaraderie, you know, and like it's so cool to be with such a powerful, strong women and that like love like the same things I do. I don't know, it's just like it's a different feeling, because, you know, it makes you feel like you belong, like you have your people, you know, and like it's just like, yeah, you know, like it's such a good feeling. So I wanted to say thank you for giving me so much fulfillment and happiness, and from that makes my heart feel so good. It does. Like I will remember today, you know, like it's the first time we're doing this, of course, and, you know, I want to do more of this in the future, but I will remember like this day, like this premiere stream, like it's one of my favorite memories ever, of all time. And you too, chat, thank you for being here and supporting the amazing women that have been on the stream today. I know that we've been going for a while now, and you're just so great for being here. Thank you, mods, for being here. And everybody who's donated to the Thousand Dreams Fund, you're incredible. Every amount counts. So thank you so much for your contributions in that way. And again, like if you don't have the financial ability to support, you're supporting with your time and your presence. And I did write a little game for us. Do you want to play a game? Do you want to play a game? Are you sure? Are we? What
Let's
do you
do
think?
Yeah.
Chat, do you think that they're ready for my game? I don't.
I've been thinking
I don't
about it.
know. I don't know.
I only want to play if I can be guaranteed that I'll win.
Okay. Well, there are no winners in this one, so
Everybody wins.
Will
Yeah,
everybody?
okay.
Can we just agree to let Umbri have the winner's title? No.
No, I feel bad.
We're gonna say. So the game. This is the funniest. The thing is that the game is Kiss, Marry, Kill. But we are. So I guess you can win, depending. And like we can do this one of two ways, because I already wrote the prompts, but it's FromSoft themed. So okay, actually no, I'm making an executive decision. I'm only going to ask you to elaborate when I want to. Okay, so you know, I might just skip past it. Okay, if we have some answers that I would like a little bit more on, I will ask. Okay, but let's see. We'll start from. Let's go with bats first, and then we'll just go down the line. Are you ready? Are you ready, chat? Okay. So, Millennia, Lady Maria, Guinevere.
You would give me all the ladies.
Everybody has to do it. Everybody has to do it.
Oh, okay. Gosh.
In chat.
Wait. I would kiss Lady Maria. I would kill Melania, and I would marry Guinevere, probably.
Okay, and for any of y'all who aren't familiar with the Kiss, Marry, Kill, we're using kiss in place of a different word here. We're being it's TOS, okay? And
Well, I was gonna give her a forehead kiss.
yes, of course, and but one is the kiss means, you know, they're just like, that's a fling, you know, that's fine, whatever. Marry is somebody that you could see yourself building a life with, okay? You know, it's a partnership. And then kill, it's pretty self-explanatory. Okay, so just to clarify that, in case anybody didn't know the rules, and please chat, play along. I want to see your answers. Rare?
This is hard. Kill Millennia, marry Lady Maria, give a big kiss on the forehead with tongue to Guinevere. Okay. Final answer.
That's your final
Oh, I'm
answer.
sorry, I said the no word.
I like how you said this was hard, but that seemed pretty convicted to me. I don't know. That seemed like it was. You're like, yes, I know the answer to this one, but.
I mean, ideally, I'd have a different dynamic with all those ladies, and we just would all collaborate.
We could all collaborate.
I think that would be my ideal setup. You know.
Okay. Gloom, what about
another stream?
Gloom? Chat says you've been waiting. Jessica says you've been waiting for this moment your whole life.
So this is actually really difficult because I too would like to engage in some jolly cooperation. But with all of them.
I could have made that joke, but you beat me to it.
I think I'm going to go marry Maria, kiss Melania, and kill Guinevere.
Oh, okay. Okay, Shy.
Easy kill Maria. Because I am probably the odd person out. I really don't like Maria. Her boss fight is very fun, but I don't like her as a person. I don't like her moral values. Okay, and then Melania, I don't know. I don't want to marry Melania, but I don't know. I'd give. That's hard. Guinevere. I don't know. I guess I would. Maybe Melania if pre-rot, if that's a thing. I don't know. Married that, and then Guinevere, give her a kiss. Give her a little tiny kiss.
Hey, you know that works. That works. I mean, I understand. I understand that completely. You know, it is important to kind of. We will say that with Millennia, no, this is like the state that you find her for the boss fight. That's that. Just letting you know. Just here we go. So, all right, Umbri, you're up.
Kiss Maria, marry Millennia, and kill Guinevere. Sorry.
Got you.
But I love how we all had such different answers.
That's so different.
I thought that we will all agree on every single one of these, but I've been proven wrong immediately.
Okay, I made this next one before I knew of Rare's,
I'm so happy.
like, before I knew anything, okay? Okay, so the next one would be Godric the Grafted, Ornstein, and Vicar Amelia. Kiss, marry, kill.
Wait, can you say that? Can you say them again?
Godric the Grafted, Ornstein from Ornstein and Small, and Vicar Amelia.
This is hard. Godric is great because he'd get real handsy, like, you know, obviously. And then Ornstein, yes. Oh, okay. And then Vicar Amelia. Well, okay. Kiss Vicar Amelia, marry Vicar Amelia, get killed by Vicar Amelia. Never rinse, repeat. Done. No, probably, I don't know. Marry Vicar Amelia and have an everlasting love, phase 2 of Vicar Amelia. And then yeah, I need to sample Godric. So marry Vicar Amelia, kiss Godric, and then Ornstein can be killed.
Dead. All right, that's the final. All right, what do you think, Gloom?
Okay, I think I'm gonna go. Sorry, I don't know Elden Ring. What's the name again? Godric?
Godric the Grafted
Godric
is
the Grafted.
He's the one with
like all the arms.
all the arms.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got all those limbs grafted onto him. He has a dragon head also.
Okay.
Yeah,
So these are all intriguing. I think I'm still going to go kill though.
Okay.
I am mildly intrigued, but I'm still going to go kill, and then marry Vicar Amelia and kiss Super Ornstein.
All right. Shy, what do you think?
Okay, so I think I was originally going to say marry Amelia, but I think that Orenstein, if you see, okay, he's always hanging out with Smo. Okay, they have a great like, I don't know, they're like best friends. They're never apart. I feel like he would be a very good like, you know, like he's always gonna be there for you. So I guess marry Orenstein and just see how it goes, and I don't know, and then kiss Amelia and then kill Godric.
That's fair. That's fair. I did that on purpose. I left off small on purpose. You know, I was like, they were on a package deal, all right. You know,
It'll be a love triangle that you find yourself in.
exactly. And Umbri, what would your answer be?
It would be kiss Amelia, marry Ornstein, that noble man, and kill Godric because he sucks.
Oh, all right. Okay. All right.
It's still the bats,
Sigurd?
right?
Yeah. Wait, I get to go. I'll be quick. I
Oh my
would
gosh,
marry.
sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. I would marry Amelia. I would kill Godric, and I would kiss Ornstein.
Marry Amelia, kill
Kill
Godric,
Godric.
and kiss
Are you
Ornstein.
typing this down? I hear typing.
Rare's taking notes, everybody. Okay. Oh my gosh, I literally see I am trying to keep track of all of y'all's answers too, because it's not going in anything. That's all. That's nothing.
The permanent
No,
record.
you know, no, not at all. Because I'm kind of changing these as I go based on y'all's answers. So, let's see. Okay. I got you. Sigurd, Onion Bro. Okay.
Yeah.
Ronnie the Witch. Emma from Sekiro.
Umbri's having a conflict.
I don't like it.
Bats, Bats, I want you to take it
Yeah.
away. I want you to kick
I'll
us
fall
off.
on this sword. I'll fall on this sword. Wait. So it was Sigurd,
Mhm.
and then who else?
It was Sigurd.
Sigurd, Emma, and whom?
Ranny.
Oh, Ronnie. Okay, that's right. I hate her so much I forgot. Kill Ronnie. Kill Ronnie. And then marry Sigurd and kiss Emma.
Okay, fair. You know, okay, I'm not gonna say anything yet. I'm not gonna say anything yet at all. Okay, Rare.
Ronnie, Sigurd, isn't he Onion Bro?
Onion Bro, yeah.
Okay.
And Emma.
And Emma. Okay. Kiss Ronnie, marry Onion Bro, and then kill Emma. Final answer.
Fair. Bloom.
I feel like my answer is a really bad answer. I'm so sorry about this. Onion Bro has to go though. He has to go. I know. Yeah. So it's gonna be kill Onion Bro, and then it's going to be. I know. I feel bad about it. But the ladies. I'm gonna have to go kiss Ronnie and then marry Emma.
Got you. Poor Onion Bro, man. What about you, Shy?
Okay, so this is probably gonna sound awful too, but kill Ronnie. I don't know her very well. Sorry. Usually don't do that to people. So Onion Knight, I love. I don't. Emma, I feel like. Oh God, this is really hard. Onion Knight. Kiss Emma, Mary. I don't know. Mary Onion Knight, kiss Emma. I don't know. One of those.
Yeah, that Mary Onion Knight, kiss Emma. Okay. All right. Umbrielity. Are you
I was
conflicted?
hoping you would forget about me.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'll do
It's
it.
hard.
I'll do it. I've determined the correct answer. Kiss Ranny, marry Onion Knight, and kill Emma. Even though I didn't do that ending. I didn't do that ending initially, but I will go back and do it now in this hypothetical situation.
You just Rare was betting on that and just won big. So good job.
It's the objectively correct
It's
choice.
the right.
Okay,
can't-
well, what about, okay, so my answer for that is actually kill Ronnie, kiss Emma, marry Sigurd. And let me tell you, I didn't like her from the start. I know it's controversial, but I was like, something's off about her. And then after EG and Blythe, no, she got in my burn book, y'all. I was like, we're on bad terms. We are on bad terms.
She's trying to escape her fate.
Yeah, but they didn't deserve that, man.
She
They didn't
does a
deserve
lot
that.
of bad things.
He's
Y'all
sleeping.
don't step on others
That's why I
for your own
didn't marry her.
self-interest too, huh?
I know.
Ronnie is
Ronnie
taking.
is a relatable queen to me.
She's taking naps while her friends are like losing their mind over trying to support her. She's just like,
Later.
"For what?"
It's tiring to be in a puppet body with 4 arms. Imagine moving around all those arms.
Yeah. You know, potatoes. I'm just telling you. Okay, this one hopefully is easier, okay?
I hope we can all stay friends through this.
Would you still love me if I was a Ronnie, not a Ronnie enjoyer?
Yes.
Oh man. Okay, I have Kiss, Marry, Kill, Eileen the Crow, Priscilla, Lady Butterfly. Priscilla from Dark Souls. Are you Googling it?
No, I was writing it down so that I
It's
wouldn't
rare.
forget.
Remembering 3 things at once is the ultimate challenge. for me,
Yes.
so-
Yeah.
Yes. Whoever is the angel who's typing it in chat, I love it.
That was me. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I love that. No, it's fine.
I'll go, I guess.
Yes.
I would marry Eileen. No contest. I would kiss Priscilla many, many times. And I would kill Lady Butterfly.
Nice. What about you, Rare?
Okay. I would okay.
Panicking. I can
Yeah.
hear the panicking.
Me and Lady Butterfly would have a lovely life with each other. So we would get married, we'd get hitched, and then me and Priscilla would hold hands most intensely. So I would kiss Priscilla, and then Eileen would die.
Would you
Thank
say like hold hands most intensely? Like
Firmly grasp hands.
firmly grasp it.
I can only think of so many family-friendly euphemisms.
You're doing so good, Rare.
Oh
So proud
my
of you.
gosh. I can't.
Earlier, when you changed from a swear word to a different swear word, family friendly win. The children are laughing and frolicking. And
There are
they're
no
happy because-
children here. I promise.
I could swear, but
I did. Fine. It's
I made sure to ask.
It's fine. We are fine. Everything's fine.
I'm not Disney Channel-ified.
It's totally fine. Not what this stream is about. We're all good. I was like, hey, just be yourselves. Don't worry about censoring yourself. It's Rare is like, he's such a. No, wait, sorry. It's perfect. Absolutely perfect. Okay. So, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you?
But me?
Mhm.
Mary Eileen, hands down, no questions asked. She's amazing. I love her. Kiss Priscilla, and kill Lady Butterfly.
That's the exact same thing that Vat said, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay.
Smells a little ageist here. I'm just gonna say it. I don't know.
Is it though? Because Eileen is like pretty. I think at the same age
Yeah.
as Lady Butterfly.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was gonna
is she?
say,
I don't know.
the reason I say kill for Lady Butterfly is because she goes ah, and it reminds me of Mambo number 5, and I would just get so tired of hearing that.
Wait, what was that again?
Oh my god.
I have nothing against Lady Butterfly, so that one's actually really hard.
I'm
Yeah.
just
Isn't she
stirring
like
up
a terrible
controversy
person,
for no
though?
reason.
Doesn't she like want to kill a child? I feel like that's pretty bad.
Okay, yeah, well, I don't remember the lore behind her, so okay, I don't know.
Not waifu behavior.
Okay, Gloom.
Well, I subscribe to the I Can Fix Her, so I'm actually gonna marry Lady Butterfly. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. For me, it's the way like when she like kicks your butt, and then she's just like, oh, I guess you're just a puppy after all, and I'm like, okay, all right, I hear you, I see you.
She's half about it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go marry for her, and then kiss Eileen, kill Priscilla.
That's fair. That's fair. What about you?
Me,
Mm-hmm.
the only one remaining.
Yes.
Okay, marry Eileen, the correct answer. Kill Lady Butterfly. Sorry, it's not personal. She's just a bad person, so it is personal.
It's
And
personal.
then, and then kiss Priscilla while invisible, because I think
Oh.
it would be neat.
Ooh.
Just a fun experience.
That's all right. Okay. You know, I understand. I would kiss Lady Butterfly, marry Eileen, kill Priscilla.
But tail.
Interesting.
I love Eileen so much. And, it's I'm not gonna explain myself,
It's your show. You don't have to explain yourself.
I'm moving on. So the next one is I have Morgoth, Genichiro, or Lawrence. Kiss, marry, kill.
I'll
Bats.
kick it off. Yeah, I'll kick it off. I mean, I have no problem going first every time, but I
Yes,
also
let's
realize
do
that I
it.
just keep grabbing the microphone, like, listen to me talk. I would marry Lawrence. I like him. He's spicy. I didn't struggle with him too much, so I feel like we would get along really well. Genichiro, I would kiss reluctantly because he hurt my feelings. And yeah, Morgoth gets the axe.
Poor Morgoth, man. Is this, just straight up, just gets the axe just like that?
Mhm.
All right. What about you, Rare?
What even is Lawrence? I haven't played Bloodborne in a while.
DLC
Bloodborne DLC.
with
Yeah.
the
Oh, is
lava.
he DLC?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't play the Bloodborne DLC, so I'm like,
You
what
have
is
to.
Lawrence?
It's
I'll
so
tell you.
good.
You want to know who Lawrence is? He
The
is.
first vicar, is he related to my wife?
Amelia?
No. Well, he's the founder
Oh,
of the
yeah, 'cause
Healing
it's like a-
Church.
Mm-hmm.
He's the founder of the Healing Church, so he started a lot of bad stuff. Willem said, fear the old blood, and Lawrence was like, nah, I think it's fine, and left. Also, he is on fire, and second phase, he kind of loses his lower body and starts spewing molten lava everywhere.
Yep.
Hot.
I think that's problematic. I don't want to be involved.
Chat says, okay, what is chat saying? So
That could be perfect for Umbri, apparently.
I really is.
High standards here.
What do you mean that's problematic? It's just a little lava. What
I
do you-
affectionately referred to Lawrence as my flaming hot Cheeto.
I love that. I ship it straight out the gate. Like Rare, based on the amazing lore breakdown from Umbri and the pet name from Bats, can you make an educated decision, not even knowing the
Absolutely.
boss? Okay, I'd love to hear it.
Kill Morgott. I just don't like him. He looks like he smells really good. And then Lawrence, yes.
Okay.
Yes. It feels like too close to like cheating on Vicar Amelia, but I think we'll have a very intimate kiss.
Okay.
We'll commit kissing, and then I'll marry Geneshiro.
Okay. You're gonna marry Genichiro. Okay.
Yes.
All right. And Gloom, what about you?
Okay, so someone's gonna have to break it down for me. Who's Morgott? Sorry, I don't know.
Morgott vow tarnished.
Morgott's based off of it, like, or Margit is his like projection.
Mhm.
So he's like the better, like more
Margit. Yeah.
Okay,
So when you see Margit from the beginning of the trailer,
just him.
Morgott
Okay.
is like beefy Margit.
Beefy. Okay, so I think I'm probably gonna go kill if it's the one I'm thinking of in my head. I just like not gonna go for it. So I think kill. But I'm also not a fan of Lawrence. He was again like my big hurdle in Bloodborne. So maybe it would be like an enemies to lovers sort of thing. So I think maybe kiss for him and then marry Genny.
Genny's great.
We got some Genny love.
Yeah.
What about you, Shy?
Easy kill Lawrence because I think he's a very evil person based on the lore.
Yeah.
And so I guess give a tiny little peck on the head, like a little tiny kiss to Morgott, and then marry Genishiro.
I respect it.
I respect it. And Umbra, you've had time to make your decision.
Oh, it is my time now.
It is. The time is nigh
I
now.
feel like it's a great group of people when we all make Genichiro our husband.
We could just like
great.
we could just like
What?
Demon Slayer it up over here and just be all 6 of his wives.
Yeah! I think that would work because that's about as much of him as I could handle, and then I'd want to send him off to the other wives. Genichiro marry, kiss Morgott. He does a great job protecting that Erd tree.
Oh.
And kill Lawrence. I wouldn't want anything to do with him or his lower body spewing lava.
That's incredibly fair. I would my answer is kill
You have to
Lawrence.
put diapers on him.
Huh? You have
Never
to
mind,
put
sorry.
diapers.
No,
Yeah.
sorry.
No, you would.
Sorry.
No, yeah, I would kill Lawrence. Absolutely. 100%. Like Lawrence is literally local man ruins everything. Yeah, he started it. He started it. We don't like it, man. But
He really did, yeah.
So I would kill Lawrence and Rare. If it's
You're like squirting lava everywhere.
Everywhere. He's just mad at the end.
I'm supposed to fear this blood? I think I'm not gonna.
Whatever. Man. Cue the drop down gangster sunglasses. Dun dun dun. You know, just like moment cold, man. No, I would definitely kill Lawrence, kiss Genichiro, and marry Morgott. I would marry Morgott. I think Morgott, he's a great character. His lore is so, listen, he, despite everybody casting him out and putting him underground, treating him like absolute garbage, he was the one protecting the Erd tree at the end. It was only him. Everybody else left. And, even though his parents didn't treat him with love, he is the character who didn't receive love, but he gives it.
He's
Drop
not
the
a bad
mic.
guy. I kind of want to change my thing because Genichiro isn't so cool, but I'll stick with my answers.
That's I
You're valid.
understand. I understand. Okay, I got one more. Okay.
I
And
was gonna say though, Morgott's really like too old for me, but just because the wrapper is wrinkly doesn't mean the candy's not sweet. So maybe I think you've turned me. I changed mine to your answer.
Husband swap. Let's go.
That's as family friendly as I get, folks. Oh, someone followed me for that. You're freaky. You're gonna like that. I'm not gonna announce who you are. You're not in chat, babe.
Someone made a weird decision just now.
okay. Nice.
I'm sorry, Sab. Keep going. I didn't mean to interrupt.
It's fine.
Sam's doing just fine.
Okay, I'm fine. Okay. Okay. What were we talking about again?
Final kiss, marry, kill.
Yeah, thank you all. Thank you so much. Okay, we are gonna go with Gwen, Alfred from Bloodborne, or the drunk bastard from Sekiro.
Okay, I'm going first because I have a joke.
Yeah?
Go for it.
Yeah, I would definitely kill drunken, whatever his name is. I would kiss Alfred and I would marry Gwen because we could plon all night long. Also, I hitless no parried him on my first playthrough, so
Ooh.
we would get along. He's very obedient.
Let's go. Hitless no parry.
Yeah.
Nice. And Rare?
Alfred looks like the kind of twerp I would shove into a locker and take his lunch money, so because I definitely did that at 5 foot tall. Kill Alfred. Marry Gwen. Just because the wrapper is wrinkly. Okay, marry Gwen and then kiss drunken bastard because it's big boy season. Get you one. Also, I'm a bartender, so you know I can hopefully
that makes
lull his alcoholism.
You know, it's so funny, Rare. I didn't know that you were a bartender, but I used to be in the service industry, and I always tell people that streaming is so much like tending a bar. You know, you have your people come in, you got your regulars. Sometimes you got to speed, like, you know, because the well's backed up, and then stuff is going wrong, and then the beer's flat, and you gotta go change the keg, you know, and all this stuff is happening at the same time. Sometimes it's like a really like slow, easy day, and you're just chilling and vibing with your people, and then sometimes you have to kick people out, you know, when they get unruly. So I was like, man, it's so much like it, right? That's awesome.
Yeah, it's funny because people are always asking what's bartending like, and I'm like, it's like babysitting for adults. And then, so, you know, and streaming's like bartending. So streaming's kind of like babysitting for adults. At least for me, I can plug. Yeah.
I love that. I love that. What would your answers be, Gloom?
This is rough. I don't like any of these choices. So,
I know.
This is rough. This is actually the worst one. I think I'm gonna go kill for the drunkard, and then I will go marry Gwen ? And then unenthusiastic kiss to Alfred.
Okay. What about you, Shy?
Easy hands down, kill Alfred because he's okay. Shout out to Manda. That's for you. Kill Alfred. Um, he's evil. Gwen, I don't know. I also don't like any of these people. But I don't know the I don't know his background. I don't know
There's
the
no
drunk master's
background.
background.
No.
So like I feel like maybe I could get to know him because Gwen is also pretty evil. So I don't know. Maybe I could marry the drunk bastard and see what he's up to. I don't know. And then give a little tiny kiss to Gwen.
I'm loving to see what he's up to. Remarks. It's so you, and it makes perfect sense.
So funny.
It makes absolute perfect sense. Thank you for that. It's just like I want to see what he's up to. Same though, absolutely same. Thank you for putting Donite in the chat. Self-Harmonize, thank you so much. Today's Soul Sisters event is raising money for 1,000 Dreams Fund. So please check it out. Thank you so much. Those of you who are back, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Now, my personal answer, and then I want Umbrie's. Okay, wait. What do you before? Actually, no. We're going to listen to Umbrie's answer, and then chat is going to guess what I'm going to say for mine. How does that sound? And we'll see who's right. But okay, so Umbrie, did you the candidates are as follows. So, Gwen, the drunken bastard from Sekiro, or Alfred from Bloodborne. Choose wisely. Oh no, wait, stop. Somebody's abducted your voice. Somebody's stolen it. They abducted it. I'm gonna fix it. Hold on. We just zap it back. All right.
I'm so sorry. I was watching the whole time.
Yeah, try it back. Just I got you.
So I've been thinking so hard, and I knew this whole time that you were gonna say Alfred. How did I know in my heart of hearts that you were gonna say Alfred? And I hate him, but also kind of a guy who can be kind of dedicated to a cause. So I'm halfway between I can fix him through marriage and I will kill this guy.
Okay.
And I'm really not sure.
Do you think so?
I fix him, but I also just hate him because the Vile Blood Queen is bae.
I love her. Let's see. So chat thinks. Let's see. I mean that's very valid. Rare says prediction: marry Gwen, kiss Alfred, kill drunk bastard, and Quantumbat says marry Alfred, kiss Gwen, kill drunk bastard. Savannah marries Gwen, kisses the drunk bastard, kills Alfred. Who is Alfred? Wolfie! Alfred is from Bloodborne. He is an NPC. You meet outside, pretty early game. Yeah. Close to Rare's wife, Vicar Amelia. On the way. So just marry him, kill him, and collect the insurance money Joy was taking. Okay. John says, okay, for Sav, kiss drunk bastard, kill Alfred, marry Gwen. Okay, all right, okay. All right, so mine would actually be kiss Alfred, kill Gwen, marry drunk bastard.
Out of left field.
She's just doing this to mess
What
wrong with us?
No, I listen. This is why. Okay, I will give you just because, so with Alfred, whatever, it's not a long-term thing. It's not a long-term thing. I'm not tied into anything, okay? It's just it's a kiss Alfred. it's just kiss it. And then Gwen, whatever. No. But, for drunk bastard, I'm with Shy. I mean, I just want to see what he's about. And like best case scenario, you know, maybe he'll probably just leave me alone.
Right?
which that works out. That works out for me. So, you know, yeah, Gwen is from what I've read about Gwen, he's not a nice guy. So, that is my final answer. And I would love if we could get one more donate in the chat. This cause is really important to me, y'all. My life has been changed because of these games. Having these women like standing up and representing them makes me so proud. To know all of you and to have you here, I'm so grateful. So I would love to see us really make a difference on there. What do we have? What is it at right now? We already doubled the goal. Y'all are crazy. You're just absolutely insane. Thank you, like from the bottom of my heart. This is such a huge thing. Oh my gosh, I can't even think about it. Like I have to compartmentalize sometimes when so I don't get emotional on stream. You know, I'm like, okay, this happened, but I can't emotionally process this. What did you say? 200? Wait, we got 200. What? We got more?
What? Yeah.
What? That's so cool. Oh my gosh. 300? Shut up! That's so cool. Oh my goodness. How? This is so cool. Chat, what? Thank you so much. We have Fabs Plays with $25 donation. Shout out to Quantumbat, Lindsay, and Jess for encouraging me to play FromSoft games. It's been the best experience ever. I love that. And we have, let me make sure that how did I miss these? What the heck? Holy cow. Oh my gosh, Self-Harmonize with $100 donation? Are you kidding me? Thank you so much. W's in the chat. W's in the chat. Thank you. That's insane. That is so. Let's go, y'all. Oh, and welcome in, Raiders. Welcome in. We're just going over our charity today and how it just smashed the goal away. I'm so overwhelmed right now. Samantha Teapot, thank you so much for $25 donation. That's so awesome. Thank you so much for supporting women in this. He says, great event. It's nice seeing all these awesome women being showcased in this way and for a good cause. Oh, thank you so much. Old Jonas, what the heck? Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for the $100 donation. Wow. Y'all, what the heck? This is crazy. And then Umber snuck in there with a $25. You're already here doing so much. Thank you so much for the dono. We are supporting the 1,000 Dreams Fund, and I couldn't thank y'all. We're at $2,335 when the goal was 2,000. I don't know how to word right now, but like this is so overwhelming because right there, y'all, that's an entire grant and then some funded for somebody like that. Like that's insane. That's a life-changing amount. So thank you so much for making a difference in the world. You are so powerful. You are so you're so amazing, and I can't thank you enough. That is so cool. That is so cool. Thank you. And thank you. We're not quite done yet because we are going to say see you later to our amazing cast of incredible soul sisters. I can't stress enough like how cool it is. Chat, if like I wish there was something like this. I'm not an expert in I don't really do collabs often, you know, and I'm not an expert in hosting people on my stream, and this is all very new to me. This is the first time I've ever had people like this and this type of production, but I wish that this was around, you know, when I first started, or like when I found Twitch. I wish that I could see everybody in one place and just kind of get that wow factor of look at all these amazing, you know, Soulsborne streamers that are not male. Like they have stuff in common with me. They understand me. You know me. You get me. She's just like me for real, you know? Like all of that. It's so cool. It's so cool. First try. It's a first try. This is
It's
our
your
first one.
try. Yeah,
Yeah.
you did it.
No.
I'm saying, like, you put this all together. And sure, we helped, but you first tried it. So, great job.
Yeah, thank you for organizing this, Savannah. This is a wonderful event.
Yeah, yeah, no, not me. Like, nah. It's a really, really cool. That it would have, I couldn't have done it without y'all. It sounds like so typical of like, oh, I couldn't, but like literally, it's like you are why we are here. So thank you so much, and everybody else, don't cry. I'm trying. Oh gosh, like between all this and then Shy's answer earlier, and then like the donos and the things. Like,
You're like, Shy, don't do it again.
I am this close, I'm like, gosh, I'm just taking
Have it on the edge.
I'm on the edge, about to be on the floor. I'm going to take a break after we do this, and so I can compose myself. But before I do, I just wanted to say thank you again. This is it's just really like, it's everything I could have ever wanted. To get to hang out with you all and hear your perspectives and to shine a light on all that you've done. I admire you and I am inspired by you and I'm grateful to know you. So thank you so much for being a part of this. This is like, yeah, it's the first of many. I'm gonna keep doing this because it's such a good, it is a good cause and it's such a good thing, to have that representation. So thank you for banding together with me and putting up with me, and I really appreciate your presence. I would love if you all could, one by one, introduce yourselves again to the chat, and to please just, tell us who you are, what you do, where and when we can find you would be awesome. Any accomplishments that you want to put in there? I have been putting, the timed little bot in there with people's the stuff that y'all provided for me. So, but if you all want to speak it out loud for anybody, feel free. This is your moment. This is your stage. So let's start with Umbri.
Hello, Umbrielity, regular alien streamer. I don't have too many like challenge run achievements or any so far, but I'm feeling very inspired to go out and get some thanks to these guys in the room with me. And you can find me on Twitch, I guess also Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, but mostly Twitch.
And what do you do? What do you like to what do you like to play? Yeah. What do you do?
I like
Tell them about the Furbies.
I like to play Souls games, and I also like to make Furbies. I brought one.
You make them. That's
Yes,
so cool.
I do. I make a long one. This one's just a regular guy. I brought a pink one because I thought it would be appropriate for our like girl gathering.
I love it.
A flamingo Furby.
That's so cool.
I love
collect
it.
a lot of them and I modify them. So it's a struggle for me. Do I want to like play Dark Souls or do I want to cut open a Furby and change up its insides? You never know.
You never know what you're gonna get, and trust me, the entertainment level and the creativity is out of this world, literally. So yes, please go check out Umbrielity. I have the I just did the shouty outy right over there. So we have next up Shayukai. Would you tell us who you are, what you do,
Well,
a little bit
first off,
about you? What?
Sav, I want to say thank you so much first before anything else, and thank you all to the amazing badass ladies. I'm Shy. You can also call me Mela. I am a challenge runner, speed runner. I do a lot of survival horror speed runs, like Resident Evil, Knife Only. And I have been thinking about going to Dark Souls 3 speedruns. I focus on mental health and destigmatizing, talking about mental health topics, and just trying to uplift the community. So, yeah.
You did so great. So great. And Gloom, can you tell us a little bit about who you are, what you do, and where we can find you?
Sure. And also, I also want to thank you, Sav, and for all of the ladies here. I get really nervous about things like this, and y'all just made me feel so much more comfortable. And I'm just honored to be here with so many people that I look up to and admire and am inspired by. So thank you so much. And my name is Gloom. I am primarily a Soulsborne challenge runner, but from time to time I also get into the Tomb Raider series as well. And we've been doing Tomb Raider 2 on a dance pad. I primarily focus on alternative controllers. So I love doing dance pad runs, one-hand runs, Guitar Hero runs. If that's your thing, you can find me on Twitch. I stream 4 days a week, and I'm also really looking to hopefully get other people involved with alternative controllers. So if you're thinking, I want to get into that, I want to learn how to do that, but I'm not sure how, please come find me, because I would love to be a resource to anyone looking to get into that. And I would be happy to help with answering any questions I can. So.
That's awesome. 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 Thank you so much, Gloom. Thank you. Thank you. And Rare.
Thank you, Sam, for inviting me. It was an easy yes. I was super honored to be invited, so I appreciate you. And I got to meet a lot of amazing women today. So thank you for that. And anyone who don't know me, I'm RareGangster. I'm an 18 plus only variety streamer. Equal parts corny, horny, 100 parts fun. I am doing Deathless Run practice right now for Elden Ring. No summons, no ashes, no bleed, no parry, and no consumables.
None of the fixins.
Yeah, none of the fixins. So yeah, I'm doing Deathless Run practice right then, and then I do drinking games every Monday, and then on Wednesday it's whatever strikes my fancy. So yeah, that's all I do. Come hang out. We have a very chaotic community. It's lots of fun. Yeah, and thank you again for being a great chat. Appreciate y'all.
No, that's awesome. It is true. The community, it's always a fun time. I love how different, but yeah, we share that common ground of our love for Souls, of course, but I love how different everybody's approach to content is. It's so cool to see the wide variety of creators, because it's just like the wide variety in the Souls games, right? You can play any way you want, you can create any way you want. You can do alternative controllers and dance pads, or you can do like slow lore walkthroughs and take your time on first playthroughs and play the way you want. You can have all sorts of things. You can do speed running. You can do like anything. It's so cool to see. And so chat, you're not going to regret following every single one of these people, because they're amazing. And Bats, please tell us who you are, what you do.
I also want to say thank you, Sav. I told you privately when I got the message. It came at like the perfect time. I was having imposter syndrome, which is like almost every day, but it was really bad. So thank you for inviting me on. Echoing what you said earlier, I've always really wanted close friendships with girls, and for some reason girls always bullied me. So it's really neat to be up here with all these awesome women that I look up to and think are so cool. But my name is Bats, username is Quantumbat, and I stream on Twitch. I'm here every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday at 6 p.m. Central Time. We do emo nights on Thursdays, so if you like emo, come jam with me. I'm playing through Sekiro for the first time right now. What's on board for me in the future, I would love to work with Gloom on my first hand or one-handed run.
Yes.
Yeah, I think
yes, I would be so happy for that. I love that.
Yeah, I think that's where I want to start. I don't have a lot of space for the dance pad, but I would like to also do more challenges. I think what I'll do next, I've done a couple of base level runs. I think what I want to do next is a deathless run. Nice. Probably Dark Souls 1, just because that one is like it's the easiest one for me. So that I don't end up like smashing my head against a wall and giving up on the deathless runs. But yeah, I just want to keep doing what I'm doing. I also put content on YouTube. So if you want content that isn't Soulsborne, I'm doing a first playthrough of Red Dead Redemption 2 right now. Yeah, that's me.
I love this. Thank you so much. Can we get some hype in the chat for our amazing streamers here? And make sure you go follow everyone. Thank you so much again for your time and lending so much of like your expertise to this, y'all. I'm gonna let you go. I'm putting a flashbang warning in the chat because it's very, very bright and very loud. So if you're sensitive to light and sound, watch out. And in the meantime, just thank you all. Thanks. Like I hope to do this again sometime. But everybody say bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.